Alrighty, we are live. Tell me I'm having feedback through your end of the phone. Mute. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm definitely having feedback, I think, from your end of the phone. Or is it mine? Oh, no, I know what it is. There we go. I didn't have the microphone in. So now there shouldn't be anything but you and me talking, so that's good. Alrighty. So, welcome aboard, everybody. Hopefully this is going good. I don't know yet, because I have to check out the live stream for myself yet. Hopefully we're live. You get a notification at all, Jonathan?
Huh?
Did you get any notification that I went live?
You told me to turn my notifications off,
Oh,
remember?
well, yeah. Well, no, I just told you to mute them. No, we're live. I got it. So, there's nobody in here except for Ray just yet, but we're all here. I don't know if Chris got the invitation. I'm going to send him another one. Either of them are on. You should be able to share it. You want to say you can't talk in the chat, or can you?
Oh, man?
Yeah.
Nope.
The only way you can see the chat is if you could watch the YouTube video live while you're doing this, which you can't do that either, can you?
I mean, I can, but last time it was a little bit behind.
Well, it's going to be a little bit behind. At least then you can see the chat. Copy link to your thing. Open up this thingy. We have an alert. Tell me I have frame rate again. Hopefully that's not going to be a continuous thing. Oh, hopefully this live stream is going pretty good.
Ooh. There we go.
I only had the one. Yeah, why is it jumping so bad?
So are you the only one that's talked in the chat?
Yeah, so far.
Okay. Is my thing supposed to be showing up weird?
Well, no, because you just changed your freaking. Either you just changed bandwidths, or what have you.
Oh.
It went back to normal. As your phone changes bandwidth, so either internet signal it's sending, it changes the size of the screen that it sends to Skype. Well, then Skype directly changes the screen on.
It might have did that since I just started watching the live stream on the PlayStation.
It might have.
So, we have any interesting
Topics? Well, as usual, we go off of whatever's happening in chat, but we don't have anything going on in chat just yet. So right now we're kind of just winding into it. I'm gonna close this here, so hopefully that's sent to the group. Close that. I don't need this anymore. Oh, I just need to make sure that nothing is killing the CPU usage. Which doesn't look to be too bad. I'm not seeing any
So
more
I see you
frame.
changed the format a little bit this time.
Well, this is the same format we had last week. That I don't know where you were at.
I think I was at work, or just getting off work, and I was too tired or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up knocking your and Nikolai's windows off. Only so that way I could free up memory.
Yeah.
All right, we got Debbie's in here finally. Well, not finally, but Debbie's in here. Somebody's in here finally. This widget is not working. Let's see if I can get that working. So I think I have a goal for this. Whoever is, see that little looks like a gauge at the bottom of my
Screen
yes,
or box or whatever you want to call it.
yes. I don't know what happened to that. Yeah, Debbie, we really missed you. But
Oh, Jesus, that's hot.
anyway, so it says right now it says pilot's name there. I figured whoever's in this spot at the end of the live stream, I might give away something off of my Teespring. So I don't know if you know how to end up on there, do you?
How the hell do you end up on that thing?
Anybody who donates or subscribes or there's a couple other ways I think you can do it, but what happens is there's a certain point value, and if you the last person to take away the points of the current stream boss, which is what that's called,
Yeah.
assumes the position of the stream boss. So it's kind of like King of the Hill.
So who's the dude on there? Is that the person that was on there from last time?
Yep.
Ah.
He's a regular on the stream. The other thing is really cool is everybody has points for how long that they've watched the stream. They're like loyalty points, and if you type in exclamation point points, all one word. Again, I'm losing frame rateage here. Um, if you do that, it'll give you what your stream score is. It wasn't that bad that time, but I think I'm gonna knock Nikolai off. Oop, gone. See if that picks up my frame rateage.
So I'm guessing the box for the middle is, I guess, whoever out of all of us is talking the most? I don't know.
Yes, whoever the active speaker is besides me.
Okay.
So when there's more than one person, this box will flip back and forth between the two people. Hey, welcome aboard, Burning Rubber. We are still playing with this thing. I don't know why it's not saying I only have one view. I mean, no views. It says I have no views. So this widget is
That's
not
YouTube
working.
for you. It takes forever to...
No, the widget's not working. At least I don't think it's working.
So, do we have any interesting car topics for tonight,
I
or
don't
are we
know. Do
just
you
waiting
have
for
one?
some? Mm, not off the top of my head.
Right now, I'm just making sure that the stream is all going good. Um, Again, because of the new stream layout.
I do kind of like the whole road in the background thing, though.
Well, it used to have this really cool, like, honeycomb that would, like, electrify in the background and stuff. But with this
Mm-hmm.
current computer setup, it was way too many. It used up way too much CPU power,
Ah, I gotcha.
and it kept making me drop frame rates, which is what I'm battling right now. I'm watching my CPUs pretty high, so something is hitting it, and I'm just trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not like there's a whole shit ton of us here either.
No, there isn't. Well, it doesn't really. I don't. I'm not quite sure what it is just yet. And my the YouTube counter isn't working quite right either yet. Thank you, Burning Rubber. I like the new layout as well. We are working on it. It is a it is a work in progress.
The view counter's working on mine so far.
It should say like 2 or 3 or 4 people right now, and it's only
Just
saying.
3. And it just disappeared to 0.
Oh, okay, maybe it is working.
But then again, this is probably a little bit behind, too. What I'm seeing.
Might be.
I'm not sure how exact it is.
Yeah, there should be 3 people. There it goes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
working
not
now.
exact because
It's working
you
now.
just said something and your lips didn't move.
Well, what you hear in Skype is going to be behind compared to what's on YouTube.
Well, yeah.
There's going to be like a minute and a half, 2 minute delay.
Oh, shut up with the ceiling tiles.
So, I mean, all of that stuff is going to be delayed. So, we're going to test the widgets here real quick and make sure everything's working. Here comes a fake subscriber. I bet you it's going to be me. Oh, don't turn off your camera. If you're going to turn off your camera.
Sorry, I had to. I wanted to make sure my phone was charging, unless you want me to randomly just disappear.
Well, yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Oh,
we
that took
have
up the whole
a
fucking
fake
screen.
subscriber coming in, which is me. I don't know if anybody dropped into the bucket. Was the cup working?
That's
But
funny.
the
It says no
Burning
subscribe.
Rubber. Hold on, Burning Rubber. The problem with everyone wanting to do their own live streaming is I started doing this, and then everybody started doing their own live streams, and yeah, I've like Joey66 started doing them at the exact same time that I do them. A bunch of them started doing them at the exact same time, 9 o'clock on Sundays, and it kind of pissed me off. Um, I mean,
Yeah, because then nobody can ever join yours.
well, then people have to choose between joining mine
Yeah, and
or.
then everybody has to choose. Oh, who do I want to watch today? Do I want to watch NOVAtazz, Joey66,
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Dickhead? Who I'm not saying who it is.
Well, his was done way before mine, but not before my
Yeah,
current one.
mine
But
was done way before his. He got the idea from me, so he can go. Never mind. I'm gonna be nice.
yeah, it is pretty packed. And the thing is when I started doing my live streams, it wasn't packed. It was like me and Greg and oh shoot, I missed Rust Belt.
Oh yeah.
I gotta refresh this one. This one didn't refresh apparently.
But another thing is like finding a night that people are actually going to be able to watch too.
Well, I also got. It's not just a matter of watching. It's a matter of me knowing, me being able to get on. I can't really
Yeah.
go live any other day of the week. because I don't really always know when I'm gonna have time to. This time is pretty good for me, and you know, it's just it's annoying.
Yeah, like next Sunday, I probably won't join
All right, what's going on here?
because I work till 8 that day, so it'll just depend like how tired I am.
Yeah,
The hell?
I don't know why it's showing the white background. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to have a clear background. Make it disappear. Make it come back. See if that worked. Oh, hey, speaking of, there's Rust Belt myself. Oh, okay. Well, then I don't feel too bad. Rust Belt said he didn't have one tonight.
He had one this afternoon while on the road.
Yeah, I see that. Well, welcome to the stream, Rust Belt. This is my live stream setup. Um, this is a mixture of Streamlabs and Skype. It does help when I have more people in here, but I don't know where Chris is at. Debbie, if you can figure out where Chris is at, that would be freaking awesome.
Wait, which Chris?
Trucker Chris.
Okay.
I don't know where Chris is or Mrs. Firebird. But I can walk through this with everyone. The center screen is the active chatter. Whoever is actively speaking out of my guests will show up in the center screen. Off to the left, I think it's your guys' left, but off to the left is the different people that will be in the stream. I can make them pop up or go away. I am having some. That's only 20%. Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it is on the left, by the way.
Okay. Is their actual live webcams? So if they're not speaking, they'll still show up here on the left with all of their social media down below.
Well, not all of them, just 2 of them.
Well, they're main ones. Then you have me on the right top corner with 2 of my social medias underneath. The bar below that, which actually should be Pilot, um, is what is called a stream boss, and basically, you guys in the chat room can do different things to change that, and it will lose health the more somebody donates or whatever. I don't have it set very high at the moment because I don't get a whole lot of streamers in here at the moment. And then you have the active chat up on the screen below that. In the center is the live view count, and the tip jar is on the left of that. So that is a basic walkthrough of the stream. Oh, also any notifications will show up in the right there.
Rear view?
Yeah, it looks like a rear view mirror here. I can do a test here to show you guys. So if I were to get a new subscriber in the middle of the live stream, it would show up like this. And you'll see the little car, and it'll say so and so has subscribed. Then there should be a, up there it goes. I think I might put a little white background behind this cup. But there will be a little icon that drops down to the cup that also shows that somebody has subscribed. I wish it would do that with likes and other things because that'd be pretty cool too. But right now it just follows subscribers, donations, and super chats. There is a link in the description, I do believe. First link in the description is the first link in the description is my PayPal donation link. Obviously, you can also use super chat, but yeah, by giving donations, you can actually attack this this stream boss over here. It's actually
Hey, Alan's in
right
the
below me.
chat.
Yeah, I see Alan. Welcome to the chat, Alan. I'm guessing either I'm already running that late, which I don't think I am, or Greg is not having a live tonight. But either way,
Hey,
glad
if
you
you're not
stopped
joining
in.
Greg, you should join ours.
Yeah, Alan, would you like to, if you have Skype, if you would like to join the chat up here on the screen, let me know. I can send you the link. Actually, the link is actually in the Facebook. It's in the Facebook chat. Apparently, he doesn't have his Facebook up. Wonder if he's not having service right now. Oh. Is there any juicy bits going on with that, Alan, or is it just a parting of ways? Or maybe tell me later off camera. That's actually probably the better way.
Yeah, that's probably the better. I want to
Yeah,
hear that story too.
right, but I don't want to. I don't want to blast that all over the internet either. I'm not that type. Anyway, if you would like to pop up on screen with us, I can whip something up real quick and get you up here on screen. I have his phone number, but I'm not positive which one it is on my phone right now because I don't know if I have it labeled. I don't know if I want to do that right now anyway. If I can't find it quickly.
Not like we're talking about anything else at the moment.
Right, but I don't want dead air either. There's the thing.
I'll keep an eye on the chat, but anybody in the chat have any topic suggestions? Because I think me and Sean's kind of dry on topics.
Well, no, I had some things, but
Let's say one.
Well, no, it's like I was going to do some channel reviews maybe, though I didn't have time to set any. See, that's the thing is I was going to have another window behind this main active speaker window, that would be my like a desktop view. But the problem is I didn't have time to set that up before the stream started. I had something I had to go do real quick. Okay, Alan can't join live anymore. That's perfectly fine. Let's see. We can go with everybody. Let's see. Let's see if I can do. See, this is how many ums come up when I'm actually doing my recordings that I edit out. Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's on another call through Facebook. Yeah, he's probably calling Mrs. Formula through Facebook. Let's see. Let's find out where everybody is at as far as points. If I can remember. Okay.
I'm probably like fucking lowest on the totem pole.
Okay, so if I type in top, that should bring up the list of where everybody is at. If that worked. I like how it shows the chat in the video. Cool feature, especially for replays. Yeah, and it's not just for replays. Like, Alan, if you watch this on YouTube, like on your Xbox or PlayStation, one of the problems I had watching other people's streams was if I was watching it on Xbox, people would be commenting about things that was going on in the chat, but you couldn't follow the chat because Xbox won't let you see that.
Yeah, that's the same with PlayStation too.
Now, I don't know if that worked or not. Let me try it again.
Like, you can't look at any comments or anything like that, because that's what I'm watching the stream through is on my PlayStation right now.
I'm trying to get the points thing to show up. I might
like,
have
will it
to...
actually, like, show up? Or
Yeah, it'll show up in the chat.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. Control C, Control V. That should work. Unless it's not working. Somebody try typing in, let me try this. So yeah, the chatbot should be working. I'm not sure why it's not, if it isn't. There you go. I have 13 points. Now why didn't that work for the top thing? That's on. Anybody can do it.
Well, I kind of can because that'd require me to use my phone.
Well, yes. It should be shift, exclamation, top. Should give you a list of... the points are called loyalty points, and I can activate it to the point to where it will, you can use those points to get discounts off of merchandise. You can also battle each other for points. There it goes. There's the top points. Who the hell is Veggie Powered?
For me, yep. There we go. Oh, it went too fast. I can't see.
I don't even know who these other people are.
I gotta backtrack so I can.
Oh, I know why they're up there. Anybody who subscribed during the stream gets 100 points automatically. Anybody that donates gets points. I have it set up that where if you donate during the live stream, it'll automatically give you a certain set number of points. If you subscribe during the live stream, you get a certain set amount of points. But you can also, like I said, you can battle each other. Like if you type in heist. So if I start a heist, let's go exclamation point heist.
They play GTA now.
Huh?
Joke. Alright, top 10.
Oh, you can see it now?
Veggie Powered.
Yeah. See, they have 101 because you get 100 points for subscribing during the live stream. So this should start a heist, and anybody that wants to join the heist, you can type in, I think you can type in I heist. Or you can type in to join. It's if this worked. Heist should be activated. Ooh, do tell us, Pilot, do tell us. And by the way, Pilot, you are still up there on the stream, boss. I'm sorry your name's not up there, but when I tested a widget earlier, it knocked you off. But as far as I'm concerned, you are still up there.
Oh, so what? It was a fake one that's up there now?
Yeah, there's a fake one that's up there right now. To join the heist, oh, that's what I messed up. You have to do exclamation point heist, and then the amount of points you want to enter in. I think I only had like 13. I can give myself as many points as I want technically. Yeah, I think I only had. So we gotta do. I think it's a minimum of 10 to join. There you go. So if you want to join, you need to type in exclamation point heist and then the amount you want to do. I don't know if you have any, but I can give everybody points if
Captain
I want to.
NOVAtazz. That's funny.
Yeah, you don't have any points. You know what? I can give everybody points. Add points to all viewers. Let's add 500 points just for funs.
Now you should do the top 10, and because there's not even 10 of us in here, just to see like who all's watching.
Yeah, let's see. Nobody else is gonna join? Type in exclamation point heist and then a number amount. Just put in 10. Go back.
I can't use my phone, remember?
Right. Yeah, that's the whole point. Is there is some interaction in this one now? You got to put a space in between it. So it needs to be. If you look, it needs to look like this. So where the brackets are, yep, there you go. I don't think anybody, nope, nobody else got in time. But you can still start another one, yeah. See, Debbie can start one. That should start another one. I don't think there's any lag in that. Oh, I don't know where my tried and true steady freaking Chris is at, man. He's always here.
Might have bad service wherever he's at, maybe.
Are you gonna get tired of me already? We just got started.
I was tired when I started.
I don't know if it's still getting used to this whole setup, guys. I don't know if it's going to. It should have let you do it. So yeah, I'm sorry I'm not looking over here, guys, but I have all of my information stuff in front of me over here. It may not let me do it again right away. There might be a time limit delay. Let me see. May have to wait like 5 minutes or so. Alright, so Chris will be here in like 15 minutes, he said.
Hey, when you come up with an interesting topic, wake me up.
Okay, yeah, it's 300-second cooldown. So you gotta wait like 300 seconds. How long is 300 seconds?
It's fucking fine now. 60 seconds is a minute, so do math.
It looks like your kids were playing in the basement. Oh wait, did I miss no, Pilot didn't give us the update. Oh, he says in 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, so 300 seconds is 5 minutes. Okay, so in 5 minutes we can play the heist game again. Yeah, he just messaged me in my live streams chat on Facebook. So we'll be able to. He'll be in a couple minutes. So, did you see the first wrecked Corvette there, Jonathan?
What, of the mid-engine?
Yeah, there's already been a C8 Corvette wreck.
Which dumbass wrecked it this time?
Driver's side front corner, coming around a corner, clipped the front end of a truck going the other direction.
Idiots.
Yeah, probably coming around the corner way too fast.
Why do idiots get the nice cars?
I don't know, because they don't they have the money, so they don't actually respect what it costs to get it.
True.
So
Probably some spoiled brat anyway.
I don't know. I didn't see much about it. I just saw the picture and the caption. I didn't see any news story attached to it. Though I went to Music Fest in Allentown yesterday, and I was kind of hoping they would have one at the Chevy booth. No, they had a truck, they had the new Blazer, and they had a 2019 Camaro 2SS. No Corvette.
I saw one of the new Camaros recently. It was actually yesterday night.
Pilot says they're not out for sale yet. Actually, they are already taking orders, so they've already actually sold a few. Whether they're off the production line or not is a different story. Um, but people have been seeing them all over the place. Yeah, it could have been a GM exec, freaking having a little too much fun. Oh. See if I can get this heist thing going again. All right, so if I get this heist thing going again, everybody should have about 500 plus whatever they had before in their little loyalty bonus thing. Rustbelt, you should know what this loyalty bonus thing is because I do believe you have it in your lives through the Streamlabs chat bot. See if it'll work again. I think it's been about 5 minutes. Yep, there we go. So if anybody wants to join in, type in exclamation point heist and then the amount you want to basically wager. It will double your amount if you're one of the winners. Poor Rust Belt's only got one. No, he should have more than one point. I could have sworn I gave everyone like 300, 500 points.
Apparently not.
Loyalties. Add points to all viewers. Yeah, I guess he wasn't viewing at that point. He must have just jumped back in. Oh, where is he? I don't even have him on here. Yeah, he's not even on here at all. There he is. There we go. Hey, thank you, Grant. You may actually just win a free T-shirt out of that deal for that too.
Wow.
Remember, I said that anybody that is as the stream boss by the end of the stream, um, would automatically get something off of my Teespring account.
I mean, what did he do to be the stream boss?
He donated $10 in super chat money, which killed the stream boss.
Oh, a straight six fan. Okay.
So he just donated $10. He'll be at the top of the chat for a couple minutes. He's also the new stream boss. Sorry, pilot. And like I said, if he stays there for the whole rest of the stream, then he can manage to be the winner of something off of my Teespring account.
Why'd my shit change again?
All right. I'll catch you back here later, Straight Six fan. Or Grant, aka.
Has Hammerdown been in the chat recently?
No, I actually haven't seen him. Let me see if he's. He might be on vacation, I think. Let me see if I can find him. But yeah, I think we're actually having more fun with with the new setup than we are actually covering any hard pressed topics here.
I don't even know of any hard pressed topics to begin with, so. What did you think of that lowered Nissan truck that I put in the group thing?
Um, well, you're asking the wrong person. I mean, it's nice looking for what it is. I can respect the build quality and all of that, as far as what I could tell. But that's not something that floats my boat.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything that got me interested, but I thought of Chris when I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that was great that you shared it in
That's why
there
I
with
took
him.
the picture, was to send it to him.
Right. Oh, I still need to get my beverage of choice. I'm sitting over here dry. I was expecting more people in the chat so I could take off without it being a big issue. But yeah, Steve hasn't even been on Facebook in 19 hours, so
Who?
Hammerdown.
Oh.
Oh no, it says he viewed my thing. Hopefully I'm not still dropping. There was one other one. How long ago was that? That was like 26 minutes ago, so we're good. Oh. Alright, so we got Pilot and Rust Belt. Apparently they're from the same area, or let's see. I was up there like 5 or so weeks ago. Oh, you know what? We just had that big truck show here in PA, that the Bloomsburg Nationals, not the yeah the Bloomsburg four wheel drive Jamboree. That's where Joe went. Did you see his videos out of that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Steve's at the beach. All right, so Rust Belt's over in Ohio. Yeah, I was in Ohio in 2014 for the Trans Am Nationals out in Dayton, Ohio. I actually took this car. In fact, this picture was taken about that time. But I actually took this car from Reading, Pennsylvania, all the way out to Dayton, Ohio, and back. Oh, that's sweet. I don't know where any of that stuff is up there, but that's pretty cool. See anything interesting up there? That's right. You guys said you guys were going in the last live stream. You guys said that you were going to be up there. I don't know what you're doing, but your screen went all small again.
I don't know. It's being weird again.
Yeah, I think it has everything to do with your bandwidth, whatever your streaming speed is at.
Probably garbage between me watching the live stream on the PlayStation and downloading an update for something.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Chris to join. His should actually automatically join as far as like his little box that I have up there. It should automatically pop in because I didn't change any settings from last week with his. I guess we'll catch an update on those all that stuff that you saw in your in an upcoming episode from your channel. I'm guessing. If you guys haven't checked out Rust Belt Mechanics YouTube channel, he has a lot of cool diesel stuff and some cool tool reviews. I think I mainly watch his tool reviews on his channel and his live stream, which actually comes on normally right before mine at around 8 o'clock my time, which is Eastern. I normally catch him coming on, and I normally watch his stream up until mine goes live. Most weeks. I actually thought I had missed it this week, but he had said he didn't even have one up this week. So, if you guys give me a second, if Jonathan can keep you busy, maybe.
Huh?
I don't know. Come up with something for them to talk about in the chat here for a second. I'm going to run and grab my beverage of choice because I am thirsty. So I'll be right back.
All right, I got an idea. So, what's everybody's favorite car show in your area? We'll go with that. Mine would probably have to be the Frostburg Cruise. If anybody wonders why it takes me forever to see comments, it's because I'm doing it through the actual video part, so it's whenever that shows up. So far, I don't think anybody's commented to my question.
Did he miss
I
me?
asked everybody a question. I don't think anybody's answered.
Let's see. Bead maker for detailing cars. And the one I'm getting into really planned for next spring. I like the cruise-ins usually best, yeah.
My question was, what's everybody's favorite car show in their area?
Yeah, so I think Rust Belt answered it. He says, the one I'm getting ready to plan for next spring is a little cruise on he usually hosts.
So what's your favorite one, Sean?
My favorite car shows? Well, besides the Trans Am Nationals?
I said in your area.
Oh, in my area? Honestly, I like the little town car shows. I haven't really been to any lately that were worth mentioning. A lot of the ones that I've been going to, you show up and they're dead. But when I was showing my cars, the Wilmelsdorf Father's Day car show is one of my favorites. That's in Wilmelsdorf, PA, in the Central Park. It's definitely one of my favorite car shows to go to. If you've seen some of the pictures of my Novas at car shows, almost every single one of those pictures of my Nova at a car show was taken at that car show over the years. So I think, well, we only have 5 viewers, so we may end up doing this one more than once. What is your beverage of choice tonight? Jonathan, do you want to start?
Water.
Water. All right. Hey, you can never go wrong with water.
I'm gonna do that until I can somehow find a mini fridge to stick in my room, stick beer in it.
Why? Because you can't have beer down in the fridge downstairs. Oh, somebody would probably drink it on you, wouldn't they?
Uh-huh.
All right, we got Big E. Hold on, I gotta activate your chat box because I didn't know when you were gonna come in. So you
What's
are.
up, Ricky?
Not much.
There you go. Oh wow, you're.
What took you so long?
There you
Some
go.
of us have jobs, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, he has a job
I
too.
work today, bitch. Except I got off at 5.
Well,
So-
some of us don't have that luxury.
Why is Big
Hey,
E's
most of the time I don't get off till 8, so.
Jonathan's window is so large and yours is so tiny, Big E?
So maybe Jonathan's overcompensating for something.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck you too, Piggy.
Shots fired.
Maybe we should call you Little E.
I don't think he has that issue, but I don't know. I used to live in his
That's
basement.
not what your mom said. To quote every fourth grader ever, and
Is that
will.
right? Oh, it's
Oh,
not gonna let me
Jesus.
move it.
So, Beggy, you got any topics for us?
Don't come to mind immediately.
I was just playing with the chat a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit.
Hey, look, there you go, Jonathan. You have a another person in the water group. Rust Belt said he's also drinking water. Biggie, do you have a beverage of choice at the moment, or you still need to go get yours?
I got mine.
What you got?
I have a Mike's Hard lemonade flavor.
Wow, original. The original.
Well, I mean,
Is it original?
about as original as it gets.
There you go. Yeah, I'm still not understanding why yours is when you speak, your Snapchat is so small, and then not Snapchat. Why the freaking? I have way too many social medias. Way too many social medias.
Quite.
Can't have that up there. It's blocking the view of the pretty car.
Pretty car.
But the thing is like your Skype call is a lot smaller. I don't know if it's just smaller resolution, so it's showing up smaller.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know what your internet connection is at.
Probably better than yours.
Well, then I don't understand. I don't know if Jonathan's is better than yours, or if yours
No.
is just not displaying in
I laid
HD.
out.
Well, mine's probably not HD because I think this thing only does like probably 720 if I'm lucky.
That's probably why yours is so small. It's only displaying in a smaller. It's displaying in a smaller resolution. Because I mean, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see the live stream or not.
Hang on a second. There it is.
You can see how
Open sesame.
you look like the stars and stripes part of the flag on a field of black.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, if Jonathan talks, you're gonna have to talk more than that, Jonathan.
What the fuck? Fuck you.
That language. There you go. See, his gets really big. You'll see it in a minute.
That's what she said.
Not to you.
Oh. You have no evidence.
So I think this is one of the first
Oh,
times,
no
Biggie,
evidence.
that you have beat Chris into the live.
Woo!
And as you see, we
Both
have
of y'all to the
we have a new stream boss.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
straight six fan.
he donated $10 to the live stream.
Oh, Jeebus. No, I want actions.
Mainly because like this whole last week, they do a live stream every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
They run it normally from 8 to 8:30, and they flip flop it between Jason's channel, which is Old Car Auto Guy, and Grant's channel, which is Straight Six Fan.
Mm-hmm.
And they alternate it back and forth, and they have this basically co-stream that they share on each of their channels. And Google Hangouts really messed them up as well because they did the same thing I did. They just used Google Hangouts to be able to do this back and forth banter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they obviously had to really quick come up with a solution. So I spent basically almost a week straight helping them get their computer set up and everything to be able to do this co-stream with the Skype calls and then the NDIs, because Jason's computer really his computer wouldn't show up the NDI streams. You see how like I have all these different windows playing different live feeds right now?
Yeah.
His was just showing a blank screen. Kind of like where Chris's one is right now. His is blank
Oh.
because it's literally there's no feed there, and I have
Yeah.
literally a black square. Because like if he wasn't on, it would literally just show the background through his tile.
Yeah.
So I put a black square there,
damn.
so when somebody's not on, it doesn't just show the background. Because like where you're at right now, if I didn't have a black backdrop behind this window,
Mm-hmm.
the background would literally be showing through, where your picture's not.
Jesus.
So I spent a whole week getting them set up, and then like the very last minute we had because it was supposed to be on Jason's channel this week. So
Damn it.
I'd spent a good bit of time. Oh, Jess, I think Debbie said bless you to you. Because I think you just sneezed in the background, didn't you?
I sniffed.
Oh, well, Debbie heard you. She said bless you.
Thank you.
Debbie, she
Mhm.
says thank you. But anyway, it took me up until, like, I guess, we actually didn't even get it set until literally like 5 minutes before the start of their stream on Thursday.
God damn.
But they were able to go live. They were using Grant's computer to host the live stream, but sending it to Jason's YouTube channel.
Ow.
So, but they managed to work it out. It worked. They did it. I mean, it worked really good. All right, so Rust Belt had a question for me. He said, so earlier you said you preferred watching my tool videos. Do you prefer the individual detailed tool videos, the toolbox tours, or the multi-tool reviews? Actually, all three. I am really not caught up on all of the new tools. I'm very old school. I mean, I went to school back in the early 2000s for rebuilding engines. And literally the last 10, 15 years, I've worked with a basic mechanics tool set, some air tools here and there. So all of this new stuff, some of the stuff that you guys show, I haven't seen before. I mean, like, I don't have an electric ratchet. The closest thing to an electric tool I have is just a drill, and a rip saw. So, yeah, I like watching your tool videos because I don't see half of this stuff. I can't afford most of it actually, but I don't get to see it.
Same.
So I don't work in a shop every day. I have a garage that I use, but I don't work in a professional shop every day. I got out of high school. Nobody's rebuilding engines, so really had to go a different route, and I ended up being a manager at a restaurant actually for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, right? Didn't pay worth shit.
Really?
So yeah, the schooling that I went to really wasn't worth the time I put into it because when I got out of school, those jobs didn't exist. So I had to go a different route.
That's unfortunate.
We were also supposed to get our SCA certifications, and because my teacher had a heart attack like the last year that we were there, and they had a bunch of substitutes in. Obviously, that didn't happen either because we didn't have a regular teacher.
Oh, that is garbage.
I ended up spending my time hopping between a bunch of different shops. I ended up in the carpentry shop. I ended up in the auto body shop. I ended up in the machinist shop. Basically, just picking up whatever information I could because the shop that I was doing was really not teaching much of anything.
That's getting way too hot.
Do what?
Said my phone is getting way too fucking hot.
Are you
Well, if it wasn't staring at the ceiling, maybe you wouldn't have that issue.
It's because dickhead.
His phone is charging, so he can't put it. I don't know why. I plug my phone into the charger while it's on the tripod all the time, but
My wire's not that long.
well, that sounds like a personal problem.
Personal
Not that,
problems.
you dick.
I got a cat.
I see a spoop. That's a skinny
No,
spoop.
you're not getting.
Definitely it's pussy.
I said you are not getting up there.
Now don't be mean to the spoop.
Bad pussy. Ouch.
I didn't see
No,
that.
you're just missing.
Jonathan, let me know before you am spray, so that way you don't weird my screen all out
Before I what?
before you turn off your camera or whatever, so I can make you disappear.
You
Oh
mean like before I leave kind of thing?
yeah, because they still haven't figured out how to basically keep these windows from going outside of their border.
Oh yeah, kind of like when I do this.
Well, you can do it. I think. Yep. See, you were screwing up my whole stream there, buddy. Biggie, you want to talk? That's okay. I can do
Hello.
this. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Oh my gosh.
What?
You are right. That does screw up your whole stream. Jesus.
Yeah, it does.
I'd love to know like why it gets bigger like that.
All right, because like I said, it all depends on what what resolution your Skype call is putting into the feed. What's up? Which book? Multicultural psychology book.
Yeah.
See, my girlfriend is going to college to be smarter than I am. And let's see.
Ooh.
Hey, don't eat the Tide Pods.
Yep, there you go. So she needs her book.
What else are we supposed to have at snack time?
Thank you.
What are we having at snack time?
Tide Pods.
Oh yes. It's the
My
breakfast.
roommate
That's
one
the
day.
that's the breakfast of most high school students, right?
Oh yeah.
I do not recommend eating any sort of Tide Pods. Just a disclaimer.
We do not condone the act of eating any kind of laundry detergent or any chemical not made for human consumption.
And if
Debbie,
you do, you're a fucking
Debbie,
moron.
Debbie, his poor cat is just fine. There is literally a nice cushy bed right behind him, and my cat literally
it's
jumps.
my bed, and she's a cat.
Yeah, my cat literally jumps from higher heights than that. My cat will jump from like a 10-foot height down onto the freaking floor and be just fucking fine. That cat will cut, and his cat will come right back up to him wanting affection.
Oh yeah, for real. Actually.
Yeah, you want to know what's retarded? So at the Mr. Tire meet we had last night,
Yeah.
my one friend showed me what he saw on Facebook. Apparently, there's one of these new retarded challenges.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How many of these things do these people need to have before they realize that it's not worth it?
All of them.
Well, this one was to literally take like toenail clippers to your teeth.
Why?
Oh my god, that just
That's what I'm
sounds
saying.
horrible. Dude, people realize their teeth do not grow back, right? Once you fuck them up, that's it.
Yeah, when your teeth are gone, they're gone.
Trust me, I know this one.
Same.
Freaking stupid idiot. Not me. The freaking asshole that freaking broke my tooth. Oh. Yeah, needless to
No,
say.
that guy that backed into your Trans Am like 7 times.
No, he's not the one that busted out my tooth.
No.
I was working at a KFC taco. No, I was working at a Wendy's. And this was actually the last time that tooth was broken. It was broken twice. It was broken once when I was in high school and then once when I was an adult. But the second time that it got broken, I was working at a Wendy's and they had hired somebody from New York that came down here because they got kicked out of school up where he used to live, so he came down to live with grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And we hired him, and the very first night he was there, he had an attitude. He was an asshole all freaking night, and I ended up closing the store with him. So it was me, him, and the shift manager. I had just got done letting the shift manager know that this guy was, that I didn't feel comfortable working with this guy. Let's just put it that way. And I was coming back out of the office to go back to doing my work, because I had worked there for a couple months at that point. And went back to go doing my job, and I was coming up the line, and he came down the line directly in my path. Put up my hands to block myself. He ran into my hands, we spun around, and he literally decked me right in the face as we were spinning. as we were both kind of like parting ways, he decked me right in the face. Sent my
Guess who's back?
sent my tooth. Well, see, look, see. Say
Can you get your
hello.
ass off my head?
Say hello to my winking starfish. Look at
You
that.
are not getting on top of that PC.
No, you just got a scarf.
Yeah,
Um,
a living one.
yeah, she's looking up there. She's like, I'm gonna get there.
No, you are not getting up there. If I didn't have fans up there, you could, but I do.
Um, he literally sent my tooth through my lip, and I actually found the tooth the next day,
Oh my gosh.
along with a splatter or two of blood that was still on the wall that got missed during the cleanup. But yeah, he ended up getting away with that. The charges got dropped from assault down to something minor that didn't amount to anything, and we both lost our jobs over that.
Oh wow.
Why did you lose yours?
Because Wendy's has a zero tolerance fighting policy.
Zero tolerance is like some of the dumbest crap.
I know, because like I say, you don't find out whether or not both parties were actually involved. He said that I shoved him, which is why he hit me.
It's dumb
There
as
was no
hell.
shoving involved. There was just me trying to protect my personal space. There was no even forward momentum in my hands. My hands were literally just up to get between him and me. But it's whatever. I didn't even hit him. I should have fucking hit him. If I would have known that I would have gotten fired anyway, I would have should have turned around and just started fighting him.
Dude, I was watching some Well, I was watching a compilation of like Reddit answers
All right.
on YouTube, and one of them was what was your school's dumbest thing? And a lot of them was zero attendance. No, not zero attendance. Derp. Get down. Zero tolerance. There was one where one kid got into a fight. Well, I say a fight. One kid wanted to fight this other kid that he didn't like, who was the poster on the thread, or you know,
Yeah. The
you know
the
what I'm trying
OP
to say. Yeah, whatever.
original poster or
Or someone
whatever.
affiliated with them. And so they wanted to get him kicked out of high school, and they knew how. See, if you got into 3 fights, it doesn't matter. If you got one person got into 3 different fights, they were expelled from the school.
So we had 3 different people go to fight him.
Yeah, and all 3 of those people were the other 2 people was the first guy's friend.
Oh my god.
Friends. That is just breaking the system.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty smart though. So nobody ever asked me what I was having. You know, I never got to say what I was having for my.
Hey, Sean, what's your drink of choice tonight?
It is actually Canadian whiskey and Coke.
Oh.
Because I was gonna do a Jack and Coke, but then I realized that I was down to like my last shot and a half of Jack, and I don't ever finish a bottle of Jack without having a new bottle. Kind of like a superstition thing.
Yeah.
I always leave like the last little tiny bit in the bottom of the jar, and I won't kill it until I have a new bottle. Which that bottle is probably about at least a year and a half, 2 years old.
Oh.
I don't think it's. We might have gotten it right after moving here, but I don't. I know it's not from this year.
Little pieces of goddamn paper there.
So it's not like I go through it all the freaking time. It's just a thing that I don't ever kill a bottle without a new bottle there. Debbie has 3 dogs and a cat herself. So yeah, you know how to rough play. I has one here. If you'll let me get him before I run out of headset length. Got him.
Is this spoop?
It's a spoop. Black cats are called spoops. All right, and he wants to be somewhere else.
He's like, heck this, I'm out.
Well, he's not. He's camera shy. He does not like being on camera, and I don't know where the floofy one is. We have another one with a really bushy tail that when it's like out,
Bushy.
when it's like out, sticking out, it looks like a weeping willow branch. You know, they come down. Well, no, probably more like a big pine tree. The very bottom branches where it kind of like curves, and then everything kind of just droops off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like poofy, like big and round. It's just it just kind of like drapes. It's weird. Unless you wiggle the tail, then it all kind of spoofs out in every direction, and it kind of looks like a
Alright,
chimney
I'm gonna
sweep.
hop off for tonight.
All right,
Gross.
hold on. All right, bye bye.
Alright, later.
Off, Alicia.
Yep, see, and then he's just gone off the thingy. He's not there anymore. We're still missing Chris.
Yes, we are.
Somebody brushing their teeth?
No, I'm sharpening a knife.
Oh, okay. You should do that on leather.
Well, I don't have leather. I have a piece of 400 grit sandpaper.
That's not very good for it.
Meh, I don't care. I got it for free and it's beat up already.
Yeah, you should use soapstone, which is like 2,000 grit.
I mean, I got 3,000 grit.
That would be better. The 400 is too
I mean,
too
that's
coarse.
a pretty nice edge on it already, but
Yeah, but
I don't know if the camera will I'd have to manually focus, but what does that say? Trade Ireland.
hey, you got an Irish knife.
I do.
Oh, stabby, stabby. Oh.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping to have more people in here tonight.
Yeah. God, that is bothering me. How
Let's
it'll only
see.
take up like a quarter of the screen.
Is there?
Ow.
Yeah, I can actually skin you back out now.
Skin me back out.
Yeah.
Not if I do it first. Just kidding.
There we go. There we go. You are now big again.
Woo!
Oh, there is a Mrs. Formula in the house.
Oh, Jeebus. Let me put this down a little bit more.
You need to get that better
Without
angle
turning
for
it.
Mrs. Formula there.
Well, I'm watching on the thing, and like from here down, you can't see it.
Right.
You like can't see my chin.
Well, nobody was looking for your chin anyway. Well, he normally is driving. But he's normally also hanging out with us.
Yeah, why do heck?
Losing my buddy.
Oh. Phone is upside down.
Remington
Oh, dear.
22. Don't mind me, I'm just reading your box in the background that you have conveniently hiding underneath of a bear hat. Which you don't wear
My hat.
anymore. You don't wear your
Well,
bear hat.
because it's summer.
So?
Don't sew me.
So?
I took it to work.
Here, guess what? Here. I know my hat's pretty beat up, but I can wear my hat.
It's gonna fall. Whatever.
As I'm like,
See, now that I pointed the camera down, you can't really see it.
Yeah, no.
I need to get like an actual brush and like some conditioner or something, because this thing is just all over the place.
It's matted.
Yeah, it really is.
Get a boar's hair brush, it works wonders.
A what? What kind of brush?
Yeah, a brush. Like a boar's hair brush. You know, for like your beard? Oh, wait, you wouldn't know nothing about that, would you?
No, I don't. I just got some wall plastic thing.
Yeah, get a boar's hair brush.
Well, I got a little shoe brush out in the truck. I usually keep it for dusting into little crevices that I can't usually get into, like paper towels or some shit.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know where my black hat is.
Oh, speaking of my truck,
Oh,
the
we
saga
got
continues.
Yeah, we never. Pilot popped in here, and he said he had an update on the engine that was in his Corvette, and then he disappeared, and we never got the update. So he said he'd be back, and then he didn't. He wasn't back.
Well, maybe he will be back.
Maybe.
Don't judge.
Go ahead. Update on the Avalanche.
Alright, so Tuesday, I brought it up there to get my radio fixed because it kept blowing fuses. It blew 7 fuses in total. Oh, Pilot's still here. Hi, Pilot. Anyway, brought it up there on Tuesday to get that fixed. It was there Wednesday. It was there Thursday. I picked it up Friday. After spending $410 and some change, but my radio works. So, there's that.
All right.
It sucks listening to absolutely nothing but the sound of your vehicles.
I have no idea what that sounds like. Remember, the radio doesn't work in the Kia.
No, it doesn't?
No. I have everything's there, but there's no sound that comes out of it. If I want to listen to to a radio in my car, I have to bring that little commuter speaker that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have to bring that and my phone.
Is there like no power to the radio, or
no? It turns on. It changes stations. I can turn the volume up and down with the steering wheel even. But the backup camera shows nothing, and yeah, the backup camera shows nothing, and there is no sound that comes out of it at all.
Oh, Chris joined.
All right, I may have to. Oh, he joined, but
Are we dead on sound?
No.
Okay.
There you are.
okay.
There
Now,
we
you were really
Lights,
choppy there for
camera.
a second. Oh, there we go. Yep. We're good. Let me go make sure that the stream is looking good. Yep,
It
you
is
are
fine.
just fine on stream. We are good to go. All right, so
Oh, now they turned it sideways. Yeah.
well, no, yeah, when it's not sideways, it's really funky looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get it rotated.
Oh, his engine is back from the shop. Now, you don't own that car anymore, do you, Pilot? So whoever you sold it to now has a nice engine back in. Pilot just has an update on the Corvette motor. It said it came back from the shop, but it's not installed yet. But did they find out what was wrong with it?
Oh, that's cruel, dude.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's horribly funny.
That is super fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Do you how about when you hook the fucking horn up to the brake pedal?
Oh my god, I remember when Jeremy did that to James on Top Gear. They're on a mountain road. Every time James touched the brake, it just sounded the horn on his car. Oh, that was gold.
It was.
Man, Top Gear's never gonna be the same.
No, there is no Top Gear. Or is there still Top Gear?
There is, but it's 3 people I've never heard of.
So it's just it's probably going to die.
Yeah, probably.
Because when you have a show and you lose like the main people that made the show, you can't replace that. That's like replacing Will Smith as the genie instead of Robin Williams.
That's not. Hang on, give me a second. That's like having someone who's not Keanu Reeves play John Wick.
Yep, it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't happen. No, it will never
Because
happen.
that would be like putting somebody else as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
You
Or someone
cannot-
else as the transporter.
Or
They
the
did that.
Shit-Con to
They
have
did
Ed
that.
making Charlie Sheen.
They did.
Yes, they replaced what's his name from and put somebody else in as the transporter. And I'm sorry, it sucked.
Johnny Depp.
No, they didn't put Johnny Depp was Jack, but no. What the hell is his? Jason Stamos is normally the normal transporter guy, and
No,
I
he's
think
not.
is it Jason? Who was it?
Jason, I can't remember his last name.
Statham?
Statham?
Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
I messed his last name up, but I knew who I was talking about. I just said the wrong name.
Yeah.
But in like the third or fourth movie, they had a different car. It was still from the same brand, but it wasn't the normal model that he used.
Yeah.
And they had a different actor.
Meh.
Okay, so he said bored 20 over, cleaned up the cylinder walls, went from... Okay, so he just boarded over. And then
Yep, boarded out
so they
Longer
stroked it.
connecting rods.
They stroked it.
Nice.
So that increased the compression. But that still doesn't tell us why it was locked up to begin with. That's what I want to know.
Seized to the wall.
Yeah, I want to know what caused it to fail. I mean, building motors is all fun and all that, but I like to know what went wrong. Did any of you
Yeah.
guys see the freaking footage of Jason's? The hell was it? That little tiny 4-cylinder car that his son had.
Wait, Jason who?
Old car auto guy.
No.
Oh my god, there was literally a fucking hole like this freaking big through the sidewall of that motor.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a little. It is a little tiny like import type car.
Knock knock. Who's there? Cylinder number 5.
Well, not 5. It would be 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, I mean,
If your 4-cylinder's got a number 5
Yeah, I
cylinder,
know.
I'm like
it was a joke.
I'm a little curious.
That's the turbo buster.
He said that
Secret weapon.
the cylinder froze. What was it? Did you get water down in the? Did you get water down in the cylinder bore, or because I mean I don't understand why it would have locked up like that. It shouldn't have,
Yeah.
unless there got water in it and it rusted. In that case, did you have did I'm trying to figure out how water would have gotten down in there, unless it was parked outside or something.
He had it parked in the barn, I'm pretty sure.
Right, which I don't understand.
I don't know. It's one of those.
I mean,
weird
yes,
things.
if that intake valve was open, while I can understand water get down in the carburetor, and then it settles down inside that cylinder, unless he had a head gasket leak
Could be,
or
but
a
even
cracked
if it
head.
did leak, most antifreeze, any
Yeah, it
antifreeze
says it
you
was in a
get,
garage.
Yeah.
If it had enough antifreeze in it, even where he lives,
Yeah.
they got that. They got that case of winter blues. Did you get them in the nice bouncy things we all carry around at some points in time? Yeah, like they can have their winters up there. Screw that. I've been up to there enough times.
But antifreeze is mixed with distilled water. Distilled water can't make something rust.
Yes, it can.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Like pure distilled water?
Yeah, it still has oxygen in it.
Well, it's still it's literally 30%. Wait, H2. Yeah, 30% oxygen by volume, or not
All right.
volume, by
But the thing is
composition.
it doesn't matter. It's not the particles that are in water that causes an object to rust. It is literally the water itself. You can still rust something with distilled water. When it evaporates away, there is nothing left. It'll evaporate completely clean. Whereas if it was like tap water, whatever particles besides the water are in that top water
still gonna be there.
will be left behind after the water evaporates. But I had this argument the other day. Somebody on my YouTube channel commenting on my heater core video was saying it looks like you didn't use distilled water in there, and that's why it rusted out the heater core. I'm like, no. It wasn't the fact that it wasn't using distilled water. It was the fact that somebody used all water. Whether it was distilled or tap or whatever, it doesn't matter. The fact that it was straight water is the reason why the coolant system was corroded. There are properties in the antifreeze that keeps the coolant system from rusting. Not distilled water. The distilled water they throw in there because it doesn't have it lowers the boiling point. I mean it won't boil as quickly. If you use regular if you use regular water, it can cause.
Actually, distilled water doesn't boil unless it's given an environment where it can boil readily.
Right. Whereas
if water in general, if you use like a Pyrex measuring cup or something like that, just straight tap water, if it's perfectly smooth, perfectly clean, perfectly everything, it will not boil. But the instant you put a fork in there, you're introducing nucleation sites, and it will boil explosively all at once.
Yep. It's just like the freezing trick where they take the water bottle and they put it in the freezer, and it won't freeze until you start to pour it out.
Yeah, and then if you jar it.
Yeah, and then it instantly freezes.
I've seen people take beer bottles and just pull them out of the freezer. Then you take one bottle like this, other bottle like that, and you just go like that, and it'll start freezing from the top down.
But the dude had the thing to start yelling at me. Number one, that I'm the one that destroyed that coolant system. Was brown when I bought it. You know, it
Mhm.
was like that when I bought it. I'd only had the truck a little while before the heater core started leaking. And it just took me a year to fix the heater core. I got to the point to where it started getting cold and said, "I guess what? I want a heater now."
Right meow.
So I mean, I didn't replace it until I needed. I just bypassed it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really
I think
care.
that's what Bobby did with the Supra too.
Yeah, you just connect it the loop back in. You just go, you connect to
Just
the
go
heater because
around.
yeah, it just has a loop. It just doesn't go through the heater core. But yeah, he started tearing me up about that, and I'm like, I just shut it down. I was like, first off, it doesn't matter whether you use distilled water or regular tap water. In fact, I've almost always used regular tap water in my coolant systems, and I've never had a freaking issue. But then again, you don't want to use something with excessive hard water because the hard water can build up in the system and start clogging
Yeah,
the
and you can get
radiator.
like blockages or something like that,
Right.
or
But it's not something that's going to like freaking be detrimental completely. Um, but no, what happened is somebody had used straight water in it and it started corroding the inside of the system. Um,
whoever
so
did that, it's lucky it didn't like crack the block or something from
well,
freezing.
and the thing is that's not even the reason why that heater core rusted out. The heater core rusted out because it was a cheap knockoff freaking heater core. And I can tell that because it already had the mod where they cut the tubes off the heater core,
Mm-hmm.
so that way they can drop the heater core straight in, and then you just feed the tubes through, and you put a piece of hose with two clamps on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole point of my video was I was showing the fact that you don't need to cut the new heater core to put it in.
Mm.
The old school heater cores you did because they were solid copper, and you couldn't get the tubes to bend to fit in the hole without taking the whole airbox off. So you
Mm-hmm.
normally would cut the original heater core to get it out, but the new ones swivel, so you can get them in where they need to be, and you just drop it in and push it in. Perfectly fine. You don't need to cut them. Took me like 5 seconds to put the new one in without cutting it.
Hmm.
But yeah, he decided to rip me a new one because he thought he knew what he was freaking talking about. No, as long as you put coolant in it mixed with the water, it won't rust.
Shouldn't, at least.
Well, and then there's something else going on if it's rusting.
Yeah.
Remind anybody that's still in here, whoever is the stream boss by the end of the stream, I will hook up with you after the stream and we'll get you something off of my Teespring account. Um, so you would have to knock Grant off of his roost,
You gonna learn today.
which I don't even know. See, he should be higher than the chat.
Since Chris is here, now I think is an appropriate time for me to finish my truck story. Alright, so Tuesday, brought it up to the dealership because my radio wasn't working because they kept blowing fuses for whatever reason.
All
Turns out that there was a chafed wire in the wiring harness where it goes through the firewall,
right.
like straight from the fuse box, and it kept shorting out through there and blowing the fuse. And I got back Friday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Got it back Friday, and I get within 3 seconds of my place, like literally right up the road here, like
Right.
maybe 50 feet away. And I look, I just hear it start dinging, like the door's open, or I left the keys in the ignition. And I look down, it says oil pressure low.
What the fuck?
I'm like, no way. I'm sitting there, I'm cussing like a sailor and the whole 9 yards. I messaged the guy up there who my dad used to know for 12, hell, I've known him all my life that I can remember. I tell him, dude, my truck's got no fucking oil pressure. And he's like, where are you? I'm like, oh, I'm right around the corner from the apartment. He's like, I'll be right there. And he gets over there and he starts it up, and as you revved it, it would gain oil pressure, but it still had like next to nothing for oil pressure. He's like, go park it over there, I'll bring you to work. So I run in the house, I get changed back into my monkey suit, and I run back out and get to work 1 minute later than the grace period, of course. So now I have half an occurrence.
Oh, did you tell them? Well, they can't punish you for vehicle problems.
I mean, they can.
Well, they can fire you, but the thing is they fire you for vehicle problems, then they're going to lose when it comes to unemployment.
They're not gonna fucking fire me there. I'm the only person who's there when the department managers for frozen and dairy are not. They wouldn't fire me unless they absolutely had to, but it's half an occurrence. I can get up to 5, and I just had half an occurrence drop off, so now I'm exactly where I have been for like the last 6 months.
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, I found out.
Yeah, that is annoying. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have an occurrence drop off, gonna be on top of the world, and nope, it's there still.
I found a floofy spook.
No, but anyway.
Every time you plan something.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, trust me, I know how that feels.
So, this was just before they were gonna close. So he's like, I'll just park it over there. I'll bring it up there tomorrow. Give him the keys. He brings it up there tomorrow, and they're tearing it apart, and they're trying to find where oil's like leaking, like disappearing, because there's no oil in it apparently.
I want to say somebody at the fucking stupid dealership did something fucking retarded.
Well, I mean, it smokes quite heavily when I start it up. Well, after it gets running.
After it gets running, or when you first start it up?
When I first start it.
Then that sounds like bad valve seals.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Because if it smokes on startup, it's oil dripping into the cylinder from above. Mm-hmm. So that's either bad valve seals, or nope, bad valve seals. I can't think of anything else.
I was thinking maybe PCV, but it didn't really make sense.
But if you don't have a shit ton of oil in your airbox, it's not your PVC.
Yeah, because that eliminates blow-by.
I don't have a fucking airbox. You know what I have? I have a metal bracket with that holds a K&N air filter that I can't even get to, because this thing, it's got like all kinds of little things, and these are way too long to fit in the gap between my coolant reservoir and the freaking screws I need to take out.
Sounds like you got some big thing issues.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, I'd rather just have the factory airbox, because then pop 2 clips off, take the thing off. Hey, look, I have an air filter. Not, oh, hey, you gotta take out these screws, and oh, you can't get these 2. I've had that truck for a year. I have not seen the air filter once.
And that thing should be a
he's about ready to watch it roll over a cliff.
Something like that.
You know, I love that truck, but I hate it at the same time. It's my first vehicle, but it's given me nothing but problems. But then again, it's got 180,000 miles on it.
What year is it?
2008.
And that ain't that bad. I saw one of those the other day going down the road, had the whole back end opened up on it. I forgot how weird they looked when they're all, you know, as close to convertibilized as you can get with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've had my truck like that once. Like, it's got a crossbar that supports the window that you could take out, and then you drop the back seats down, and then you fold the separator between the cab and the bed down, and if you lay the tailgate down, you have absolutely 0 blind spots behind you. There could be some midget on a pocket rocket behind you. You could look back and you could see him. Right, look him right in the eyes.
Alright, I want to play a game. Ooh. Well, I didn't actually give you points. You earn them the longer that you're watching. The thing is I gave... Actually, no, I did. I gave everybody that was in the stream earlier 500 points. And unfortunately, Chris, you weren't in the stream earlier.
Or me, apparently.
Apparently you weren't.
Yeah, that's life.
But
I'm just happy I got my buddy's Jeep fixed for him.
Oh, yeah.
What year?
Which, one stupid pin. On 08.
Oh, ew. It's not a Jeep.
Grand Cherokee. I mean, what? Yeah, Grand Cherokee. I mean, it was a simple job, you know, brake pad replacement. Yeah.
Oh.
It was all good and fine that we got ready to replace them 2 weeks ago, and we got down to putting them back together, and one of the slider pins was froze up in the caliper mounting bracket, and wouldn't collapse down in order to put the caliper back on the new pads. And it started raining, and I was pushed on time. I needed to be in Denver at 2 o'clock in the morning for a delivery. I told her, look, I can put it together with the old shit so you can move it. You know, you've got the other vehicle to use. Yeah, you need this bracket. You know, we can sit here and fight with it and maybe break something, or you can just go buy a new bracket and replace it and be done with it. You know, but then the company screwed me over because instead of running back through past the house on a reload like I normally do, they sent me clean into Southwest Kansas for a load of beef going back east.
Oh, great.
So it had to be put off till I come through this week.
Awesome
Which is-
sauce.
What this afternoon consisted of getting his stuff done, then going home and moving 4 vehicles and rearranging the driveway and the parking so that the utility company can get in and move the propane tank from the backyard up closer to the garage. And attempted a quick nap, which, yeah, after a 1,200-mile marathon run to get there to do all that shit today, and my head hit the pillows like, yeah, what alarm clock?
Never heard of her.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
don't
work.
know if that worked or not. It's the first time I've tried that. I think I just gave Mrs. Formula 500 points. I don't know.
Yep.
Yep, it worked.
So, 500 miles to go and a 5 a.m. appointment, so we got a little bit of leeway, but not a lot.
Yeah. So, alright, so like I said, I wanted to play a game. I don't know, and this is gonna actually be a loyalty bonus. So I put up a new video. What was it, a couple days ago?
Mm-hmm.
First person to mention what the special Father's Day moment was in it, or a special Father's moment that was in the video, in the chat, I will award another 200 points. Can't say it up on the screen because that's not fair. It's got to be in the chat. So the special Father's moment that was in the last video gets a free 200 points. Oh, you're a butt.
Who is?
Chris has already got it.
Oh.
You're driving. How the hell did you type that fast?
Well, that's illegal.
I can't claim voice to text. He said we couldn't talk, right?
Well, yeah, I said you couldn't name it in chat because it wasn't fair. And technically it's still not fair because you got to hear it before anybody else got to hear it because of the delay. So actually, if anybody else got that before he did, before it showed up in the chat, I think I might just have to award everybody 200 points.
I believe he needs a couple wood blocks. He was a little stretched.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna award everybody 200 because I don't consider that very fair. Because like I said, you heard it before they even got a chance to hear it. Because of the delay. So anybody that's actually in the live stream right now is going to get 200 points. I'll have to find out. I'll have to find out another freaking.
Another thing.
Yeah, and nobody in the Skype call is allowed. It helps if I'm not typing it on the wrong keyboard.
Derp.
Anybody that's in the Skype call is not allowed to answer. That's not fair. Because you has a time advantage.
What if we don't have a keyboard?
But the thing is you have a time advantage. Like a whole 2-minute time advantage.
I don't know about 2 minutes.
Well, something. I don't know how long the delay is from the time that I speak to where they get to hear it. I'm talking about me speaking here in person. Well, isn't that what her job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's only like
partly.
a 30-second delay.
All right, whatever. That was 30
Yeah.
seconds longer he had to type before somebody else did. Okay.
Hell, it probably took me all that 30 seconds to get that in there.
Let's see.
Stands to reason. Ow.
Okay,
Well,
I
there's one good thing. Did your stream boss change this week?
What do you mean?
Your stream boss up in the chat where you got your thing for the stream boss. Has that changed this week from last week?
It did. It did because somebody donated.
Okay. Would a fair question for the viewership be
Who was
the stream
stream
boss
boss from
leader
last
on
week?
last week's video when you closed?
The first person that can mention it, 100 points. That's an easy one. First person to mention who the last stream boss was at the end of the last stream.
Or you could double it since you had one, and then there was another one that beat the first one. If they could name both of them.
If they can name the second one, if they can name both of them, well then that's 300 points.
Are people in the Skype call excluded?
Yes.
Aww.
I think that anybody that is actually up here in the stream with me should get like 1,000 points every time that they're on the stream with me.
I mean, that will give people incentive to join the stream every week.
Well, I'm already planning on periodically throughout the stream just giving people stream points. Okay, can anyone name both the people that were stream bosses? Well, no, because that's not the issue. I mean, it's not a matter of me seeing you in the chat because it's still going to put the chat up in chronological order of who typed first. It's a matter of who has as much time from the time they hear me say it till the time somebody else posts it in the chat.
Yeah, because of the delay.
No, some guy named John was not the other stream boss because that guy didn't count. It was another physical viewer. So if his name was Juan, John, or me, then that doesn't count. There was another viewer that was a stream boss before you, Pilot. So that question is worth 300 points. Pilot gets what, 100? I said, right?
I think you said 200.
No,
Maybe it was
200. 200 was the one. Was what I gave everybody.
Mm.
Now that could be an incentive to you too.
But they also got to
what kind
give
of a point value you would award for when you close the chat. Whoever is in the stream boss position will get a bonus point.
Well, there is that today. Whoever is the stream boss at the end of this stream will get something off of my Teespring.
Okay, so you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're using Streamlabs in this, right?
Yep.
And that's the name of the program. Miss Formula may have to help me remember this. I think she just nailed the thing too, maybe. But we were listening to a chat earlier. Was it today or
Was
think
it
it was
Cap
last
Ron?
night?
Was it Cap and Ron?
I don't remember for sure now. I don't believe.
I don't
I think we used something called StreamYard or something like that.
I was watching Tom Noble.
Now there's one that was on. There's one that was on Friday night because you were in there.
It was at Tom Noble.
But
That was Tom Noble.
Might be.
I'm a fan of his. He has a really nice 68 Camaro, I think. But I have never used StreamYard. It looks like it's similar to Google Hangouts, but the reason I am using this one is because it lets me have these separate windows.
Right.
Whereas I don't
it's a
know.
program, but it's lower lower value per se on what you can do with it
Mm.
as compared to Streamlabs with all the
Well, no, 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 no. There's
interaction that
completely
you need.
different. This is completely different because in order to use, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if StreamYard actually broadcasts straight to YouTube or not, or if they have to use some sort of OBS program to broadcast their group call. They're using StreamYard to make the group call, at least as far as I know. I don't, like I said, I don't know exactly how they were doing it. I know that they were using StreamYard because I know I saw the logo up in the top corner, but I don't know how they were doing the group call. Is the group call through StreamYards, or was the group call through something else and broadcasting through StreamYard, or was StreamYard the
Right.
group call thing and they were using a different program to stream it? I don't know.
The world may never know.
All right, and nobody has answered my question about who was the other. Nobody has answered it correctly, so nobody's getting 300 points yet. I'll give it another 2 minutes.
Okay. So Miss Formula was wrong with Matt.
Nope, Matt is the wrong
I
answer.
got his name. I don't remember this one myself either, but it's been one of those weeks.
But you can't give it away either, Chris. That's not fair. You can't even type it to her so she can answer it. That's not fair. Matt is the wrong answer.
What if someone in the stream types it to you, and if no one gets it within a certain period of time, the person who tells you through a private message gets it?
You just want 300 points, don't you?
I mean, you're not wrong, but
I'll give you, if you can answer it after I give up the after I give them the 2 minutes, okay, I will open it up to the people that are in the Skype chat to tell me.
all right.
And it'll be the first person to type it.
Ow. All right.
Because I don't need you
That's
both
right.
shouting at me at once.
I know I wasn't shouting.
Nope, name was not Ron. I was gonna go look at my hand, like there's a watch there for me to look at the timer.
Oh gee, what time is it? Oh, it's time for me to get a watch.
I got 5 seconds on the clock, so I'll wait another 30 seconds to see if there's an answer in the chat.
Have you guys used any of those smartwatches?
I have one.
It's like an actual smartwatch.
Yeah, I have a Gear 2 from Samsung.
Ow.
Jess has the new one. Jess, do you have your watch on you?
No.
It's in your room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going in there to go get it.
That voice sounds overly masculine.
No,
coming from
it's
the
called.
background.
It's called. She is a sicky baby girl.
Ow.
I
like
wasn't in
Squidward
the
back
stream
there.
last week,
No.
so this disqualifies me. Well, then you should learn to. This is the whole point. Is I'm rewarding loyalty.
That's your fault.
Yes. Should have been here. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right, so 30 seconds is up. First one of you two that can send me the correct answer will get the 300 points. Boom.
My smug face.
Yes. Now, what is it? What was his real name?
Chris.
There you go. So you get 350 points.
Woo!
One low blazer.
Yeah.
He was the first person to test out the Stream Boss and immediately kicked the Stream Boss off. It doesn't. I mean, the thing is the more people use the Stream Boss, the harder it's going to get. The harder it is going to be to kick him off, because the Stream Boss gets stronger every time it flips.
Where do they go? Oh, it's right there.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So like every time that somebody kicks the Stream Boss off, the Stream Boss gets stronger.
No, I'll be right back. I need to fetch my battery bank and a phone charger.
But I can change that too. If it gets to the point to where nobody can kick them off,
You can just reset it.
I can actually set it to a certain amount.
Oh, cool. Anyway, BRB.
but I want to see.
So,
I kind of want to see where it ends up being to where it's like not super hard to kick them off, but it's not like super easy either. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you're gonna have different things you're gonna do, even with the games and everything. You know, as it goes along, that you're gonna tweak to improve it for everybody.
Well, yeah, and then I also
On
got to
top
figure
of
out how I
what you
want.
learn um,
I w-
using Streamlabs yourself.
right, and I also want to figure out how I can make it easy, make these points usable for something.
I'm back.
Because right now I don't have any physical way of. Well, I mean, I can do it manually. I can literally say, okay, if you want to trade in your so many points, I can literally subtract that amount of points off of your thing and then give you your whatever the equal reward is. So like
Right.
you can use your points to get things. I think that they have it that you can use points to buy merch through Streamlabs, but I don't have any merch through Streamlabs. My merch is all
Well,
through Teespring, and I haven't found a
How
way
much
to.
of
I haven't figured a way how to integrate my Teespring account into
with this
Streamlabs,
here?
which I don't think I'm going to be able to because Streamlabs has their own merch.
What is their what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, what what would they charge you or charge whoever
I
for
don't know.
doing something that through
I
them?
haven't. I
You
haven't.
think?
I haven't played with it yet. So I would probably do something equivalent.
keyword, yeah.
Um,
Streamlabs only charges you so much based on what someone orders, correct?
I mean
Or,
Teespring.
and Teespring, yeah.
Yeah, Teespring has. All right, so Teespring has a base set flat amount, so flat rate. So they charge. Let's just say I'm just going to throw out random numbers. These aren't actual legit numbers. Let's say that they charge minimum $9 to print off a shirt. One sided, simple. I don't know if they do it by amount of colors in it or whatever, but we'll just say for one side it's $9 for a shirt. If it's double side,
man.
let's say it's $11 to print that shirt. Anything that I charge over top of that price is my profit. They take
Okay.
off the first,
The
set
flat rate.
the
And
flat
whatever's
rate.
left you get
Exactly.
into your account.
So if I want to
Right.
run a discount, I can only run that discount down to that minimum amount.
Mm-hmm.
I can't charge any less for the shirt than that minimum amount because Teespring wants their money first.
Well, yeah.
Which you wouldn't do anyways, because even on a discount, you're still going to set it where you get at least a couple dollar profit.
Well, exactly. I mean, obviously, the more shirts that I'm selling, the more willing I'm going to be to drop it to close to that next to nothing profit.
Correct.
But I've given away a couple, free shirts or whatever since I've done it as well. I've also made quite a bit off of some shirts that I custom one-offed as well.
I was about to say, holy shit, Elliot, quick duck, but we're safe. She don't have her broom handle in her hand tonight.
Oh, you saw her in the reflection.
Yeah, I saw her behind you.
Oh no, that's right. You guys can see her behind me. They can't.
Yes.
You can see it through the Skype call, but not. I have the YouTube
Yes.
camera. It's because I'm
Oh, yeah.
not super worried. I don't think she's super worried about you two seeing her in whatever. She's not nude, so. But yeah, I want to integrate it to where these points for being in the stream, add up to the point to where you can get something. Now, it's not going to be something super simple like 1,000 points get you a shirt. You know what I mean? It's going to be, some dedicated screen time. But they have it to where if I load songs into Streamlabs, I can have it like a jukebox to where people can pay loyalty points to change the song. I do have this that
Now, would that pull from your your paid service you have for your music library you do in your videos, or
That's what
do
I'm
you have to set
thinking.
them up
I
in
would have to
Streamlabs
I would
itself?
have to upload those into Streamlabs.
Okay. I didn't
So
know Streamlabs had their own music service type
no,
thing that they would
not that I know of.
require you to subscribe to do it.
No, not that I know of. So it would be that. But like I said, so you can also use the points to gamble with each other. You guys can do the Magic 8 Ball question thing. You guys can do the heists. Um, like I said, in the
We should have
heist.
like a banner at the top of the screen that tells you
Well,
everything.
what
you
I'm
can
going
do.
with the other thing that it does is I was trying to set this up before the
I already
stream.
took out one box. That other box that's out there is whatever's left.
Hi, friend of Big E's. You're on live stream.
That's just dumb.
Oh, Dom was just
I mean,
on
you
live.
didn't see him, but
Wait, his voice was
actually, you know what? I'm gonna go grab that other box and help him out a little bit. I'll be right back.
there. Okay, go ahead.
So what did he do to the cat earlier?
Oh, don't do that, Big
Someone
E.
goes over the head flies.
Sorry, I forgot.
Just leave the camera
Yeah, I
on.
yeeted the catch. Of course, I'm my bad. But be right back.
And don't panic the system, right? No crashes.
Yeah, just mute the stream. Just that way we don't hear any background noise. What was I gonna say? Now I completely
Talking
forgot.
about the music in Streamlabs.
Well, like I said, I don't know what to do with that. I mean, that's whatever. But he was talking about having a list of commands. What I can do is, you know how where it says like Streamlabs and then it has stuff that's written after it. What I can do is it can not randomly, it can every so often post links in the chat. So links to my Teespring account, links to my Instagram. You know, what I can also do is I can have it have a link to like a web-based notepad. And that notepad can have a list of all of the commands you can use in the chat. Like this is going to sound really bad on my part, but I watch Cam Girls and what they call a whiteboard, which is basically just a list of everything that you can do or interact with that person. So basically I can have a virtual whiteboard with a list of all of the commands that you can use in chat and what they do. Like the exclamation point points, the exclamation point heist, you know, exclamation point 8 ball. And it'll have a little brief description of what it is. You know, 8 ball game, heist game, you know, what are my points? You know,
That's pretty much everything in Streamlabs. You have the exclamation point.
it's whatever I set it. It's whatever I set it as. Right now, by default, most of them are exclamation point and then something, because most people don't put exclamation point before they type something.
Right.
So it makes it easier to distinguish whether something is just a regular word somebody is saying in chat, or whether or not this is a
command for a game or whatever.
Exactly, whether this is actually a command for CloudBot, which is what they call their thing. So yeah, I mean, it's just how they have it set up. I can do it hashtag, but then of course if somebody puts in hashtag, you know, cool stream, you know, it could get confused and think it's a command, and it's not.
Right.
So when Big E comes back, we'll play What's in the Truck. We'll wait till he comes back so he can chill in. And right now you can give me what is your beverage of choice tonight, because we know it's non-alcoholic, but.
All right. Good night, Debbie.
Oh, is Debbie leaving us?
Yeah, she's got to be up at 4:30.
I gotta be up at 5:30, and I'm normally here till 12. Well, not tonight. Tomorrow I'm off, so I won't be up till 5:30. Up at 5:30.
See, beverage of choice for me is a bottle of
What kind of Gatorade?
Gatorade. G2 low sugar, whatever the flavor is. It's the light blue.
What's the light blue G2?
Yeah, the light blue G2, lower sugar.
No, Chris is drinking a light blue Gatorade.
Glacier Freeze.
Oh, Glacier Freeze.
Glacier Freeze.
Because there's
that
other
we had from the
colors.
house.
Blue. It
Oh, blue has different flavors.
well, it depends on what shade of blue.
I hit the light blue.
Usually.
Yeah, 'cause they got a
Yeah.
what do they got? A
Jess,
cool blue and a raspberry and
Jess
like
says
there's
Jess says it's glacier freeze.
yeah. It's not bad.
So I still
You
have
hear
yet
on a
to
dark,
I
so.
still have yet to fix my phone. They can see it on there. I'm not sure if you can here. What's up to you? My phone is actually
Ouch.
getting worse. Um, I still have all
Busy.
the I still have all the parts up there. It's just a matter of I still need to go out and go get a heat gun. Oh, that might be something
Take the
that I
time to
do.
do it.
Yeah, I just have because for me, I did check out the Ace Hardware and they had one for like $30 for like their base heat gun, and then their more expensive one was like $70, $80, and the base one at Harbor Freight was like 20, and it looked almost identical. They look almost like it's probably the same manufacturer, just a different label on the box. So I'm probably going to use the one from Harbor Freight. I was thinking about getting the more expensive one because I'd probably be able to use it for more things in the automotive stuff. But I figured if I ended up needing a more expensive one, I would just go out and go buy a more expensive one later because I'm sure that this $20 one will kick the bucket at some point.
Yeah, now most of them usually do. And if they work for two jobs, they paid for themselves. Welcome back, Grant.
Hey, welcome back, Grant. And I'm just gonna show Grant something here. I don't know if this worked earlier, but Grant is sitting atop of the leaderboard for points as well. I do believe. Yep. Because anybody who donates gets an instant 2,000 points. Which, if he was in here earlier, he'd probably have close to 3,000 points because I probably gave away another 600 as like no, I've given away
That's
700 points through this stream already. This is why Mrs. Formula has 700 and Pilot has 650, 652. Because anybody that was in here got an extra 200 points. Because I gave it to everyone, I do believe. Straight Six Fan says I need to invest in a heat gun soon too. Pretty sure it'll be rolling my fenders on the Fairmont regardless here. So I need a heat gun for that to prevent the paint from cracking. Yeah. Especially with that old paint. Well, that paint on there might be the old school paint, old school paint. So it might not crack if it's the what is it, enamel that they used to use?
Yeah, enamel or lacquer.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
That lacquer.
But I wouldn't play with it. I would just get the heat gun and do it. Not a fan of rolling fenders to begin with. Well, no, I guess you can gain like a half inch, but not to the point of rolling the fenders to where you're actually distorting the outside shape of the fender. If you're talking about just rolling that inner lip up so that way it doesn't grab the side of the tire, yeah, that's kind of a must. If you're gonna run tires with real close fitment issues. Well, I mean, like, I'm not sure how long you were in here, Straights, but eventually these points can be used towards discount off of stuff in the store, merchandise. I'll probably have a code that I have that I can give people for like a 5% discount if they trade in so many points. Like I said, I'm still playing with this whole thing and figuring out what's going to work and what's not. But like I said, somebody wants to knock him off the stream boss here. Whoever's the stream boss at the end of the stream, which God knows when I might kill that. We've already been streaming for about 2 hours, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Ooh, you start a little late today.
What?
You start a little late today.
Yeah, we started a little late because I got here. I got back. I had to go run an errand real quick before the start of the stream, And by the time I got back here, I still needed to set up JA's window tile and Nikolai, which again he didn't show up, which is fine. You know, I don't ever expect anyone to have to show up. But I had to set up their window panes again because I deleted them last week.
Mm-hmm.
And when I deleted them, I had to reset the whole up completely. Whereas like this time I just hid them. They're still there, they're just hidden. You know, just like if I wanted to, we can just say bye bye Biggie. Wait for it. Boop.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
You're booped already. At least on my screen.
Well, it's your screen.
Well, if all works out, next weekend should prove fun for a new event for us.
Oh.
You see, my thing disappeared, but I'm still in the center of the.
Well, yeah.
No, Chris started
Huh?
talking.
Nothing. You're good.
How dare you?
You're fine.
We are going to try to take the 84 to the Pontiac Challenge that one of the Pontiac Club members does, and see how well to go straight in an eighth mile straight line.
I have yet to put a car on a drag strip. I have done my fair share of drag racing, but none of them were on a legit track.
Are you admitting to committing a crime outside of the statute of...
I am not saying that it may or may not have been on private property.
See, no, that's legal.
I am not saying that I did any of this racing on a public road here in the United States. Whether or
you
not...
also got to remember statute of limitations, too.
Well, yeah, I'm not admitting when and where I did it either. Could have been years ago. Besides, I don't know what the statute of limitations are for street racing.
I don't know. It depends on the infractions you would...
Unlimited as long as you don't get caught, right?
Right. I may or may not...
Illegal if you get caught.
I may or may not have been speeding in excess of 150 some miles an hour in a car that was 20 years old.
I did, what was it, 90 in a 2006 GMC Envoy?
90?
Maybe 2008. Well, it was up a mountain, so.
I Biggie, I hate to tell you this, but that may or may not be a regular occurrence for me hitting that speed.
Well, you know what kind of roads I deal with on a daily basis? Roads that have a speed limit of like 25.
Yeah, mine are like 35.
Well, you also have how far is your commute to work?
An hour.
Mine is like literally 3 minutes.
Actually, technically, if you want to be honest, my commute to work is like an hour and 10 minutes. My average time to work is about 50 minutes. You do the math there. You do the math of how much time I cut off.
That's 20 minutes according to my high school education.
So yeah, I shaved 20 minutes off of that.
That's quite respectable.
I have shaved it down as much as 45 when need be.
I think I've had my truck up to like 80 while passing someone who's doing like 40 goddamn 5 in a 55.
All right, 80 is an everyday occurrence. I hit.
Also around here, you could get pulled over at like any goddamn point. Really.
I know. I just know where all the cops sit. I'm not stupid. I don't have fun where the cops sit.
Well, I know where the cops sit now. I know they sit in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot after they close. Well, I only got a $125 parking ticket, so. Because I pulled over in a nice part, like where there's like plenty of room. And
I can tell you, the fastest this Kia can go before the limiter kicks in is 115.
Weak.
Most modern day vehicles that are automatics, the governor is between 110 and 115.
Gross.
I can vouch that the newest one I got will pull 130 and is still going.
Is it automatic or manual?
Automatic. That new Mitsubishi all-wheel drive.
Well, there you go. Now I can't. The Nova, the fastest the Nova has been up to is 135, according to GPS location. Because obviously the speedometer does not go up to 135.
Yeah. I think a mutual friend of yours and mine, Sean, he'll remain unnamed for, every reason ever, got a particular vehicle that he,
May or may
pretty
not
much
have
works
owned.
on a daily basis up to like 150.
Yeah.
I think it was 150 or 130.
The vehicle that the vehicle that went up to 160 that I was in was a 89 Mustang LX convertible.
Isn't that a Fox body?
Yes.
God damn.
It is a 89 convertible LX with the 5.0 in it.
Did it have the top down?
No, we did not have the top down at that point.
Oh, then what's the point?
Because that thing got enough lift with the top up. That thing was definitely light on its toes at 160. It was the 5-speed manual.
Mm-hmm.
5-speed manual, and this was back in 2006. So the car at that point was, what, 17? No.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, 17 years old.
God dang.
And it was every bit of that 17 years old. Dude, this thing was like the epitome of like sleeper, because it's an LX, which most LX came with a 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
It was a maroon with a white convertible top.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was ratty as all hell looking on the outside. It had the white vinyl interior, all cracked to shit. And it had the grandma luggage rack on the back.
Oh my god.
But it was a 5.0 with a 5-speed.
God damn.
What a perfect place to put a little flip down sign, act as a little mini spoiler, start straight out, pull a cable and fold it down on the back after you blow someone's doors off with a little saying, "Can't catch this."
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't look like it was fast, but it went up, it got up and went.
Well, that's the point of a sleeper.
Yeah. I mean, the thing, it doesn't weigh nothing. You can sneeze at it and it would flow across the freaking highway.
Dude, money
Yeah,
no
like
option. I'd have a completely built Fox body. I have like some variant of an LS in it, preferably aluminum to keep the weight down, and at least one turbo, if not two. And
What
that
were
thing would
those?
have tires, backspace. So that thing would have tires so wide it would look like a steamroller at a goddamn burnout.
Mrs. Formula says, cruising across West Texas doing about 120. Dad was in the back seat, tapped me on the shoulder and asked how fast I was going. I told him 120. He said, keep it under 100. That's my kind of dad. If I had a dad that was
Oh my
worth
gosh.
remembering.
My chat wasn't updating for a long time.
Her dad is a literal epitome of a muscle car god. I mean, seriously, what kind of a guy has 2 teenage daughters at home that just got their licenses? His wife drives. They had a 69 Mach 1 Mustang as the family car. His Western Union van, truck, whatever it was for his job, and goes out and buys that 71 Formula 400 4-speed as quote-unquote the new family car for everybody to drive.
Oh my
The
god.
new family car.
Oh my
The
god.
car she has now, that's what he bought as a family car with 2 teenage daughters at home.
Well, obviously he trusted his family, and his family earned that trust because the car's still around today.
Beautiful car it is too.
Yeah, I was saying,
every
like,
time she throws me the keys, I start shivering in fright.
My
If somebody
average.
scratches this, I'm getting neutered.
Yeah, my average speed is normally anywhere I go, as long as it's safe. You know, like I'm if a corner isn't safe, I'm obviously not doing the speed. If there's too many people around, obviously I'm not doing the speed. But I average, if there's nobody around me and I feel comfortable going in, I average around 60 no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
35 miles an
There's
hour, doing 60.
there's a stretch of road between here and the next town over, Crown Point. It's the name of the town. Speed limits, depending on which way you go, it's 45 to 55. Usually, if you go the, did you just pass like a cop car, Chris?
I did.
I thought
Speaking
so.
of, their ears must be ringing.
Yeah, for real. Anyway.
These freaking LED bars that some of these people use out here in the westerns. I mean, you think the ones that PA has are bad? Or New York? They ain't got nothing on these guys. You'd swear to God you just stepped into a light shop somewhere with every single light blinking at you. You put on a vehicle.
If you're
It's
behind a cop
ridiculous.
car in my town, like they have like they don't have any Convicts anymore. Or at least I haven't seen them anymore. They got the new Ford. What is it? What are
Fusions.
they? No, not the
Fusions.
Fusions. The SUVs.
All the Explorers.
Yeah, the
Explorers
Explorers.
are
That's what they are. The new Explorers. They got like the LED, like they're pretty much like spotlights
Yeah.
on the back. Like when they hit the
Police-
brake, it's
police
like red
interceptor.
headlights pointed at you from the top of the freaking car back. Like they hit the
Yeah.
brakes, and you're like blinded. Like it's obscene. Anyway, as I was saying, from here to the next town over, like the lowest speed you'll see is 45, but
Right.
it's all private property between here and until you hit the 55 zone on the other side of Street Road. So there's no real place for a cop to be sitting to catch you doing 45 or 55 or whatever it is that you're doing.
Any road is public property.
I mean, yeah, any road is public property, but you're going to be able to see the cop. You're going to be able to see his reflectors before you see that. Well, before he can actually trap you on radar
Eh,
or lidar or whatever the hell it is they use anymore.
I don't know what it is
Yeah,
anymore.
they live in one of those intelligent states.
The road
Just like-
itself is public property, but unless
Just
he's
like
sitting on the
Connecticut.
shoulder or something. I have seen cops sitting on the shoulder past Street Road, like where it's.
Well, they can also get permission from the owner to sit on property as well.
Yeah, they can, but cops up here, they don't usually go that far. Like, they'll, like, if it's like I got pulled over by a cop once, that $125 parking ticket I mentioned. The cop was sitting in Dunkin' Donuts after they closed.
Okay.
And he caught me going by, he caught me doing 45 and a 30, and he was like, oh, well, you pulled over in a nice spot, I'm not gonna no parking ticket. I'm like, no points on my license?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Most cops
Let me
only
out.
want most cops only want the fine. They're not really out to fucking bust your ass, your license wide the fuck open either. So normally a lot of the times they will try to get you for something that is no points, just a fine.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have your seatbelt on, son? That's why I pulled you over. I did have my seatbelt on.
Why didn't you have your seatbelt on, damn it?
Exactly.
Dude, I got pulled over for having a headlight out once, and I'm like, and I gotta fix it ticket too, which is the most annoying thing, because I gotta change the headlight, go up to the police station, knock on the door, sit there awkwardly, like I'm waiting for someone at their goddamn department, and the cop comes out, like, and I look in there, and I see a TV, and I see a couple of chairs, and I'm like, it looks like an apartment in there. He's like, what are you here for? I'm like, yeah, I gotta fix the ticket. He's like, all right, let's go look at the car. Well, my truck. Yeah, whatever. And I'm sitting there, I got the ignition turned on, but the truck's not running. He's trying to talk to me, and I got the radio cranked up, because I didn't think he'd be out here talking to me about this. And he's like, all right, let's check all the lights, blinkers, headlights, you know, low beams, high beams, whole 9 yards. I get that all squared away, and I drive away. He's like, yeah, I'll mail this. Well, I mean, before I drive away, he's like, oh, I'll get this mailed over to the courthouse for you. And I'm like, thanks, officer. Have a nice day. And I drive away.
Cop right down the
After
street pulls
taking
you over.
like an hour and a half out of my day just to jump through these goddamn hoops that New York State sets in place. That could have just been like, you know, officer, I have the headlights right here. If you could hold the light for me, I'll happily change it right here and now. He's like, no, we don't need to do that. I'm like, ugh.
Because he doesn't want to sit around and wait. He wants to go get somebody else.
It would have been
The longer
2
he's
minutes.
sitting around,
It was literally the headlight on the one side of my truck where the bottom bolt for the headlight snapped off. Like, I have the socket here. Here it is. It's been in this socket for like 3 months. I haven't been able to get it out. This is the lower headlight bolt for my passenger side headlight on my truck that just snapped off in this socket. Now all I gotta do, I take out 4 bolts on the top, the headlight comes right out, change the headlight, pull it back in. There, done. 4 bolts, just tighten it up, done.
I've got
That's it.
1 bolt
I
on the top of the
I
Kia.
watched
I
a
don't know what
video
the hell's
on
gonna get this
YouTube
thing
the other
out.
day where someone got pulled over that for a burned out headlight. They just went to the store.
Big E.
The guy
Yeah.
got in his bag out of the shopping cart and he had one of those stick up lights, you know, that you put batteries in, you hit it to turn it on with a sticky tape. He pulled that out of the package, put batteries in it, went out, pulled the tape off, slapped it on the headlight, it was burned down, turned it on, looked at the cops. It's working now, ain't it? Will that get me home? And the cop let him go.
One of my friend's dads, like way back when, his brother at the time got like a brand new Chevy Scottsdale or so. I don't know what year it was, so I can't confirm what it actually was, but it's a brand new Chevy truck or whatever. And they're up at the boat launch up around the corner. They're doing whatever they are up there, and the cop's like, you know, you got a headlight out, right? And he gets out of the truck. He's like, isn't that a son of a bitch? Like, bangs his hand down on the fender, and the light comes back on. The cop was pissed.
I've done that before. My Nova used to do that all the fucking time. The freaking headlight would go the fuck out. I'd walk up to the side of the fucking fender, bang the side of the fucking fender, headlight comes on.
One of my coworkers has a 08 Impala, and like, all right. So for a long time, this car did this thing where the headlight would be out. He'd go out, just tap on the lens, and well, I say tap on the lens, more like just open hand slap the headlight, and it would come back on. He did this so much to the point that the last time he did it, the headlight actually shattered, like plastic everywhere. Big gaping hole in the headlight like this where his hand hit it. There's just a hole in the headlight, but it still worked. So he had to rock auto another fucking headlight over to him, and it came actually with the bulbs installed in it, which I think is kind of surprising.
That is pretty surprising.
Yeah, he got it in like 3 days. Headlight came in it with it. Put it in, and it looks like his car has exactly 1 cataract. Looks like a James Bond villain or something.
All right, does anybody have the guts enough to kick Grant off of the stream boss?
You say the guts, more like the funds.
Something. Well, if we get enough subscribers in here, new subscribers, it would kick them off too. By the way, I am sitting at 1391. I need 9 more subscribers to hit 1400.
Oh, jeez. You hear that, people?
Which means I'm only 109 away from doing another freaking 1500 subscriber giveaway.
What you're gonna give away?
Probably the same thing I gave away last time.
Sure.
Probably. I don't know
I'll
what else.
tell you, it's going to be a rough week.
With that attitude, maybe.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, you get to play freaking bobblehead all fucking week. I mean, come on. Are you trying to drop the kids off at the pool or something?
Oh, is that in reference to me?
No,
My head
no,
around
Chris's face.
Oh.
I
Just
am
in there.
trying to open a worthless fucking bag of chips.
My God, man.
Hey, that's not worthless. There's some air in there.
So, somebody needs to go back to the gym. Can't open up a bag of chips.
Yeah, it's been a rough day. It's been a rough couple of days. It's gonna be a rough week. Somebody elected to leave their donut in their truck. I'm gonna have to sit here and smell the damn thing all week.
A donut?
I'm not sure it's gonna last. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. She wanted a Dunkin' Donuts this morning because I went by a case when I stopped and fueled. So
You're
I
not
got a
supposed to
donut.
eat them?
No, I'm not.
I would just toss it at that point.
You're just
Probably
going out
good
the
stuff.
window at 55 down the freeway.
Knowing his luck,
Splatters at some
knowing
car.
his luck, it would hit a cop car and he would be offended by it because he didn't get to eat it, and he would be crawling up freaking Snowman's ass
Yeah, and
I-
it's got that beautiful layer of chocolate icing on the top. So
oh, so
if
it
I
would
plan
stick.
it just right,
It would stick
it
to the
should stick
windshield.
to the windshield. You know, so, yeah. So if the cop got pissed at the officer, what are you complaining about? I said it's got state trooper glue on it. You don't have to notice that way. So just peel it off.
Cop just pulls him over. Like the first thing out of his mouth was, "Is that a Boston cream?"
Do you know why I pulled you over? Because you could smell it.
Because you can smell it.
Oh my god.
Hey, that conversation does not work with them. When I did that one night, I got pulled over. I mean, I run like 1,800 miles straight because my dad was in the hospital. Dropped the truck, grabbed the car, headed home. You know, which was another 4 hours. Got pulled over somewhere up the lawn. You know, like 2 o'clock in the morning. The cop drags me out to this shit. Says, and I looked dead in the eye, looks at me and said, "Man, your eyes a little bloodshot. You been drinking?" I was like, "No. I'm just tired of myself." Says, "Christ. Here, man, your eyes look a little glazed. You been eating donuts?"
Well,
No
how
sense
do
in
you
you.
know?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no sense in you.
You're back and Big E's back. We need to ask, what's in the truck? We have
Yeah,
not.
let's throw it through
We
it.
have not. We have not played. Yeah. Hey, do you know what? I can do that. I can have programmed
You should.
announcements. I should do one for what's in your cup, and I'll have another one for what's in the truck, and and maybe I'll have
It should be a guessing game though.
I-
You should
I-
work points.
right, and there should be another one of what's wrong with the Avalanche this week.
Oh, no! Come on. Right in the
I
field.
I can safely say,
One
if
of
you'd
these
have done
weeks
this
it's gonna be
last
like, "What's
week,
wrong with the Avalanche this time? I can't afford gas."
if you'd have done that last
Not
week,
that
it would have
bad,
been
I
easy.
guess.
Because after a couple days of taco hell, it was green clouds.
So what are you hauling this week, Chris?
Combination
You're not gonna listen to me?
refrigerated food,
What? I didn't hear what you said.
deli
I
meats,
said
some
the monthly
cheeses,
edition
yogurt,
of why Nova's
and
truck
we have
isn't
one
running.
section of the stainless steel tables.
That's old
It's
news.
not for Walmart, is it, by chance?
What
No.
Nova tried this
Usually,
last week
all the stainless steel stuff
Nothing.
goes to restaurant supply
and why
dealers,
it
or
didn't
I mean,
work.
basically they rip a kitchen out of a restaurant or a motel, whatever, and then they put all this new stuff in, which literally just
No.
Failed.
it makes you sick because everything they rip out. Let's face it, stainless steel does not rust.
No.
It's pretty much impervious when it's built and put together. I mean, the stainless steel legs, the shelf on the bottom, your tabletop, they make great workbenches. Every single bit of that shit they rip out, they're regulated by law that they've got to recycle it, destroy it. They're not allowed to sell them, like, because it was used in the food industry. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's stainless steel. It's not like it's soaked in chicken shit, for God's sakes. You can't cut the stuff, but they
Yeah,
gotta,
I mean
they
the
gotta
thing is what they should do is they should sell it for non-commercial use.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure there's plenty of people like me or you that have a garage at home that would love to have stainless steel fucking worktops.
Oh yeah, for
I'll
real.
guarantee it.
You know, but the other and the thing is they're only getting
you use one
they're
side for a parts washer and the other side for a rinse tank.
yeah, but whatever. That's when you know somebody at the dump where it gets taken to. Oh. Hey, just let me in with a truck and I'll bring in some freaking load of fucking shit. You just let me leave with a load of shit. We'll just trade.
Yeah. I think the way I understand with what the one guy said, they'll have some salvage somewhere. Will come in with a shredder, chipper, whatever the hell they call that thing, and they top load the shit and it just grinds it up into bits and they conveyor it into another truck.
Yeah, it's a shame how much weapon waste.
Which is kind of neat to watch.
Oh yeah, I watch that on
YouTube
YouTube every once in a while. The big gnawer chewer thing that'll like devour anything.
Big industrial shredders that have like whatever kind of freaking diesel engine hooked up to them. And
Yeah,
then of
his
course it's working at like an extreme underdrive, so with like it may as well be infinite foot-pounds of torque, just chewing stuff up.
It's kind of like, and now we know how Jimmy Hoffa disappeared.
Yeah, for real. Now
But-
you see him, now you don't.
Yeah, he was actually cremated, according to some dude. I don't know if you guys ever saw that story on YouTube. The guy that supposedly killed him and confession or whatever.
Yeah.
Shot him in the back of the head,
Yeah.
and somebody else took him out, and they down the street, and they cremated him.
I did see the episode on Mythbusters where they went to whatever football stadium it was and they actually scanned the ground with ground penetrating radar to see if he was actually buried there. Because there
Yeah,
was a
Giants
hump
Stadium.
on, I think it was on the
Meadowlands
10-yard
or
line or
30.
whatever. There was a little bump in the ground.
Yeah.
They scanned it to see if it was there, but nope, nothing.
What's funny is they don't tell you the stuff that they found. They can't say, because that whole area in New Jersey used to be all the stockyards and slaughterhouses way back in the day for New York City
Right.
and
Mhm.
swampland. And then it was garbage dump. Then they got it above the level of the water, and now they built places on it. It's hilarious.
Hmm.
And reeks. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, it is New Jersey, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, what if I have subscribers from Jersey and get offended by that?
Well, if they get offended by it, they should not be on the internet. And I'm sorry, if you get offended by something someone says on the internet,
You
You're
mean
snowflake.
90% of fucking America?
yeah, like 90% of America, like someone states like some statistical fact, like say, I don't know, like 99% of
You know,
people with white ancestry are linked to Hitler or something like that, and everyone gets offended, like, oh, that's not true.
Yeah. Basic premise: if you're offended by something said on the internet, you have a pale outlook on life, and you need to get out in the sunshine more.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
Irish. I'm offended by that statement.
Oh, really? Well,
It don't matter
my
how.
Irish knife is not.
Well, I can't say that it doesn't matter how much time I spend out in the sun that I won't tan because I kind of tan just a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like pale white and like kind of tan hair.
Actually, it's a pretty dark brown. It's not super dark, but it's a decent brown. But yeah, if I was my brother, it would either be white or red. There's no difference in color in between those two.
No, he's like stereotypical Irish.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Most of my family is. It's just me and my mom that can tan. That's it.
Hmm.
Everyone else in my family, they're either white or red.
Speaking of tanning, one of my coworkers at work, he actually like shaved his head bald. Like I kind of experienced culture shock. Like I'm like, is that James? No way. And I just see him just nothing. And, like up here is just like straight bald. And after like, I'm like, after 4 hours, like, that's pretty white. I'm like, I know what I could say that'll be funny to him. I'm like, James, you need to get some tanning oil and just like put it up here. And one of the other guys just starts laughing his ass off.
Yeah, you can't shave your head in the middle of summer after you've been out in the sun for a while because, yeah, it's like you just wore a tanning cap. Because
There you are. Come here.
did you find a spook?
Yep.
See, that one's been out in the sun too long.
What, this one?
Yeah, it's a little dark. See, look at the spook, love.
Rockabye baby on the
So
bed.
I figured we'll give this live stream another 15, 20 minutes because it looks like we're down to about 6 people anyway. Which probably half of them are us, up here.
Yeah.
So we got about 20 minutes to kick Grant off of the stream boss, or he's getting a t-shirt. What was I gonna say? How many likes do we have on this video? Do we know?
Let me do a 7.
7. I think that's about the max that we had in here. Ooh. Yeah, my last video had up to 9 likes, and then of course there was the 1 dislike.
Of course. Wasn't that... No. Oh, was that Chris?
No.
That was the video before that one.
Yeah, it had, let's see. Yeah, it's 9 likes, 1 dislike, 54
Starting
views,
news.
1.1 thousand minutes of watch time.
Well, what kind of news did you see, Miss Formula?
Well, go ahead. We got about 20 minutes to discuss it.
What do you want?
15.
Some of that news feed shit she gets at work is just bloody amazing.
Well, I don't have.
Bloody
I'm not.
amazing, mate.
I'm not AP News here, so I don't have like a ticker of automotive news to chit chat about, or at least garage topic style news. Iowa police say that a Waterloo man has been arrested after a 12-year-old driving his car caused an accident.
Wait, so the man was arrested after a 12-year-old drove his car?
Because yeah, that doesn't make much sense. I mean, even if it's your kid,
I saw
even if
a
it's your
story,
kid,
something like that.
even if it's your kid, I mean, I guess yes, it would have to be whoever the parental figure gets. But I find it absolutely fucking retarded when you hold somebody else accountable for a minor's actions, because you know what, you may or may not have been able to prevent that from happening. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen parents around here, because around here, you get fined and could spend jail time if your kid is tardy too many times at school.
What?
Yeah. So if you let's say you even if you drop your kid off at school, you're a parent, you know, who really has time to sit there and drop your kid off at school, because most of the time you have work to get to. But let's just say, even if you drop your kid off to school and he walks into school and walks out, you could still get held responsible for the fact that your kid not going to school that day.
That's dumb as hell.
I've known people that have had to go and serve jail time because they couldn't afford the fines because their kid skipped school.
That's stupid.
And it's like, you know, how is that, you know,
Right, Pallet.
if you do everything in your power to make sure your kid is at school and he still skips school, why should you get punished for it?
Yeah, and then the next part of that is, what the hell's the school doing about it? They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like ridiculous, because it's a big problem in Reading is kids skipping school. My mom almost got fucking in trouble because my little brother was skipping school at one point. My mom works full time. She was at work. How is she supposed to make sure that her kid went to school or stayed in school?
That's the dumbest thing, just forcing responsibility on a parent that can't physically like force their kid into the class because they need a job to provide that kid and herself.
And then you're also taking that money that parent is probably, you know, especially a single parent, you know, that single parent's already trying to, you know, make enough money to make ends meet, and here you're now finding that parent because they're doing what they need to make sure that they can provide their kid. The kid's just being a little fucking dickhead.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing.
But, you know, I think that law is no longer in existence now, but it was a few years ago.
Well, that's good that it's no longer in
Well,
existence.
yeah,
If it
because
is no longer in
I
existence.
think what happened was a parent ended up in jail, and something happened to that parent in jail.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I think it was, you know, I think the law was changed because, you know, why should you put somebody in a dangerous position over something that they didn't do or had no control over?
Yeah, I know. Let's send this person in jail with people who, you know, committed like armed robbery or something like that.
All because
some
their
other
kids
firearms
skipped
offense.
school.
Like, what are you in here for? Oh, my kid skipped school one too many times. Like,
That's retarded. All right,
yeah.
Pilot is going to bed. So good night, Mr. Pilot. I don't even bother saying his first name because I can't do it. I'll butcher it.
Answer Miss Formula's question about when you drove a car. My first vehicle, I was 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was driving motorcycles at like 6 or 7 years old.
The first time I drove a car with 4 wheels was in 8th grade. I don't remember what year that was. I had to, if I graduated in 2013, that'd be 2000,
Yeah,
2009.
yeah. First car I ever fucking drove was at school, and it was a '77 inline six Nova,
Oh.
and it was actually gold, the same color that mine was when I bought it. It was not mine though. This
I
car.
was gonna lead. I was gonna try to lead that into a question. I was gonna ask, what was the first car you drove? But you just answered that. What about
Right.
you, Chris?
I actually drove it at school too. It was a school
First one
car.
I drove was a 2-ton. Basically, it was stripped down. Started out as a 2-ton Chevy truck, and basically had the roof and that ripped off from it and had racks built on it with a big flatbed. We used it in the field picking hay bales up.
Yeah,
Go to the
Oh.
farm.
hold on. The other thing is she said this was in Iowa. Iowa is a farm state, isn't it?
Pretty
For the
sure.
most part, yeah.
Most of them are fucking driving vehicles when they're freaking 6 or 7 years old. I mean, full size trucks, if not farm equipment.
I'm pretty sure in the Dakotas you can get your driver's license at like 13 years old as long as it's for farm equipment.
Yeah, most people are driving
Or
farm
not.
equipment or driving on the farm before they're even entered middle school.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that just doesn't
And
even make any sense.
I did see a case. I don't remember where it was at now. Like she's mentioning there, where cop pulled a kid. Kid was driving the car, pulled him over because the father was drunk and had the kid drive to the store to buy more beer.
Oh wow, that's original.
Mm-hmm. And the kid was like 10 years old or something like that.
I mean, hell, if he can see over the wheel, he can drive. I guess.
Yeah, and I was like, hey,
Oh.
Before I lose the chance to answer my own question, the first car I drove, I think, was a 1990. It was 94 or 95 Saturn SL1 single overhead cam.
So special.
Yeah, it had a little switch next to the transmission, well, next to the gear selector, where it had normal mode and performance mode, but it was abbreviated PERF, P-E-R-F.
You had perf mode?
Yeah, so it like increased the line pressure, so it shifts faster. You know, that whole 4 fucking speeds and that front wheel drive little shitbox. That thing was fun as hell. It only had like 100 horsepower, but it had to weigh like 1,900 pounds. Had one airbag, driver's side only.
a real bitch if the paint wore off that switch because it was used so much. Started looking like a V, wouldn't it?
No, I think so, actually, yeah. But the entire car had like the clear coat like chipping off of it because it was like so thin.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
it
99%
wasn't
of the
his
car was
kid.
plastic anyway.
It wasn't his kid. He let a kid drive his car, and the accident was hitting another kid. So one kid could
Oh.
hit another kid, and neither of them were his kids. That's whatever. It's
Are
all
you
stupid
literally
anyway.
hit the kid or hit the kid?
Whatever.
It's all stupid anyway. Ugh. It's fake news. Fake news.
Other news. Did you see where that was it? Jeffrey, whatever, the Epstein guy they had in jail in New York, was found dead for suicide.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
apparent suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's be honest. That wasn't an apparent suicide. The other inmates found out right he was in there and he was doing kids, and they decided to do him one time over, and that was it.
Well, no. What the thing is the fact that he got caught with like a child sex ring, but the thing is that Bill Clinton was somehow wrapped up in all of that as one of his clients.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody is in suspicion that Mrs. Clinton had him taken care of, so to shut him up, so that
Everybody
way.
that's associated with the Clintons ends up dead. So what the hell?
Right.
It's just another case, right?
Well, yeah. The thing is that and it does make sense. If you kill off the person that's accusing your husband of doing something dirty, well, then you don't have to worry about your husband being freaking indicted for something that he may or may not have done that looks really
And there's
really
no
bad.
testimony against him.
So yeah, it makes sense that he freaking got offed. Now whether or not he committed suicide on his own or he had assistance and committed suicide is a different story.
Right.
One of my coworkers found saw a spoof tweet from a certain political figure. Said Jeffrey was. It's pretty much saying like, Jeffrey was a beloved member of the family or whatever the hell it said. And I'm heavily paraphrasing. It's gonna be a shame when he's found dead next Tuesday with 2 gunshots to the back of the head or something like that. And I laughed.
It's apparent suicide, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody just shoots themselves in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, just totally. I could have made that look really morbid and get my BB gun and just look like a pistol to the back of the head. That thing's got the weight of a pistol too. It's got a metal slide on it.
Right.
I mean, it's a spring pistol. Like, I would actually have to hit someone in the eye or something like that to do any reasonable amount of damage, or slap them across the face with it. Dude, hang on, let me see. Oh, hey, it's right here. Oh crap! Oh, come on. There we go. No, don't drop the CO2 pistol now. That'd be loud, and the neighbors would fucking bitch about it. Like, see?
That it's fake, right? Because we're not displaying real guns on my channel, are we?
Yeah, it's fake as hell. Like.
Oh my god! Did you see the ceiling tiles fall out of your ceiling?
I don't know if you can see it, but it actually takes like real BBs.
Yeah.
I also like how the slide actually like has enough weight to fall out of it. Or
Right.
not the slide, the mag.
You don't have the orange tip on it anymore?
It never had an orange tip on it. Actually, it's got this little plastic thing that one time I handed it to a friend, and he didn't know that I cut it open like this. Hang on. He didn't know that I cut it open like this. Like I literally just separated the 2 halves, and he grabs onto it like this, and the gun falls out, and it fell onto the ground, kind of like the paper backing did just now. But it's got this plastic black bit right here.
Alright.
I think should have been painted orange.
Yeah, I think in Pennsylvania they have to be brightly colored. They have to have a brightly colored tip, or they're not legal to have.
I think they did that most anywhere. The orange tip on them.
Yeah, because you definitely don't want to be seen. Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere and a cop think that that's real. For your own freaking safety, let alone anybody else's safety.
A lot of like airsoft guns, like things that people would actually take to the like airsoft sporting events or whatever, they actually have a removable orange tip, because if you're hiding in a bush somewhere, that orange tip could give you away.
Well, yeah, but that's different. You're in a controlled environment at that point.
Yeah.
It's not a public use.
Safety on this is really hard if you can't tell. Like it's just that's fire, and now it's on safety.
Well, there you go. So you don't accidentally turn it off.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got my.
This is Firebirds busted on fucking Jonathan.
I got my actual CO2 pistol that I'm pretty sure doesn't actually have a CO2 cartridge in it. Yep. See, nothing.
So I was just gonna say, did we just find the secret for Jonathan's ceiling? But he's using one of those suction cup dart guns.
like the big toilet plunger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the old-fashioned red ones that Bam Margera stuck to his father's head in Jackass or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The safety on this one is.
You realize that was filmed like right down the street from where I grew up?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
It's Westchester. It's Westchester. And I grew up in Malvern, which is literally like right around the corner. My middle school was in Westchester.
Where's the right over here.
They actually my sister actually knew Bam and all them when she, because they're her age.
Oh, that's cool. I just remember like one thing distinctly from Jackass, and that was Bam going up a quarter pipe and coming back down it and just like eating shit on the hood of his Lamborghini.
Oh no, Chris, what did you do?
Oh shit. He's joining back again. There he is.
It decided to bounce out. I don't know what the hell it was.
Oh my god!
Just like blew.
My screen is filled with giant Snapchat blue things.
That's Skype.
I hope your video is coming back. Because right now you're taking over my whole screen.
Oh my gosh, you are.
Oh my god. Oh, there, wait. At least you were talking. Okay, now we're back. Okay, we're good.
I decided to jump out.
Yeah.
On a side note of interest, Miss Formula,
I
that
must violate
information he
OSHA
gave me Friday
safety
night,
here.
I just got a message from him. He said thank you.
All right, so we're gonna end this live stream here. So if everybody wants to say their goodbyes, and I need to remember to hold off on.
Contagious? What the fuck?
Oh, jeez.
I need to remember to make sure that I wait to end the live stream a little bit because last time apparently it cut off. And now everybody said goodbye. So,
Bye bye, everybody.
all right, you wanna
Yes.
you guys have both signed off already?
I mean, I think I just did.
All right. Well,
felt
it
good
looks
about
it looks like Grant has won the
Wait.
giveaway for tonight.
Nope.
And that is a spoop on a bed. I cannot see the spoop. He's on camouflage.
Wait.
Boop boop. Hold your spoop. He's just like, daw.
There. I got like a little 2-inch window at the top right corner of my screen. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see her.
There you go. You got it.
There.
But be sure to join us next week. Same time, same place. And I'll see what I can come up with new to share with you guys. So until next week, have a good week and do something fun.
Have a good week, everybody.
Sean is using a device that could record and broadcast this call.
Yeah.
Chris is contagious. What the hell?
Yeah, you know, just people that just start out their lives being named like Mike or some shit, and then they just suddenly